Good morning. Harry and Meghan will be living back in Britain this month.
Yes, 6 years after leaving for the US, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are understood to be returning for an extended period, with Archie and Lilibet set to enrol at British schools.
Well, the family plans to move into a non-royal residence and will not be working royals, with the King said to have been told of the plan just days ago.
But does this mean a royal reconciliation is on the cards?
Also today, nervous students wake to GCSE results this morning as thousands across the country open those all-important envelopes, and people will be looking on whether the gap between girls and boys is going to continue to grow.
A Home Office guide for asylum seekers has sparked concern after spelling out that sex with children is illegal and not to rape women in the UK.
29 US states have taken Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, to court. Could this change the internet as we know it?
Theft, bullying, rudeness and even pulling a sickie are amongst the behaviours landing workers in disciplinary trouble, with some bosses saying enough is enough. So this morning we're asking, should workers who pull sickies be sacked?
And sport this morning, well, a good start for Joe Root's England against Pakistan. Celtic take a big step towards the Champions League, and tennis maverick Nick Kyrgios is suspended.
Hello, good morning. A day of sunshine and showers, some of them heavy and thundery. Find out all the weather details coming up soon.
Just gone 6 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast. Well, I didn't see that one coming.
No, me neither. It's quite interesting to wake up to news that you didn't know the night before, isn't it? When it comes to Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
But they're heading back, but like almost immediately.
It seems very sudden. And why?
Have they got a little place? Have they got a little place?
They must have a little place.
A non-royal place, apparently, outside of London.
So do you reckon they like to go and see an estate agent? Someone has a look and... How do you reckon that works?
I don't know. But obviously this has been on the cards for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, it must be. And they've got them enrolled into a school and all the rest of it, all the kids.
Yeah.
So clearly this has been happening for a while. They've just kept it very... So they can keep things quiet when they want to.
Well, this has been kept under wraps, hasn't it? Apparently the King only found out on Sunday, only a few days before all of we did.
Yeah. Wow. So it is quite something. So apparently they're going to be here by the end of August.
Yeah.
Which is...
A few weeks.
It's not, I mean, what is it today? 21st? 20th today. And then Archie and Lilibet will go to British schools in September.
Well, as we were saying, it's understood that the King was only made aware of the move himself on Sunday, which His Majesty is said to be pleased about.
Well, the decision comes a month after Harry met the King, which was seen as a step towards some sort of reconciliation, but it's unclear whether these security issues, which have been in the courts, everything else, we don't know if they've been discussed or resolved.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary. I have had it described to me, once people knew about the facts, that this is an good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up.
Well, let's speak now to former royal butler Grant Harrells, who joins us now. Morning to you, Grant. Are you as shocked as we are about this?
Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Stephen. Absolutely. I mean, I didn't see this coming. I mean, I've always said over the years, I always thought one day he would return, whether that be with Meghan or not. I always said I thought one day it would happen. But like everyone else, it was still quite... I think that it's the speed of it. That's what I'm surprised. It's almost like there's this... It appears to be this rush. But as you already said, it's obviously been pre-planned. And while he was here, he was obviously... That was one of the things he was doing, was obviously going to visit the school that his children are going to go to.
One of the big questions, though, here, Grant, is why? Why is this happening?
I find it's puzzling me as much as all of you. I think the one thing I'm aware of, that when he saw the King, I mean, the fact is, as we all know, the king is obviously living with cancer. It's an ongoing battle. There may have been something. I mean, Harry has said in that interview where, how long his father got, which is a very strange thing. I thought was a very personal thing to discuss. I mean, you're aware that when people are fighting cancer, you're always in the positive, and thankfully a lot of people who survive and get through it. But maybe he's worried about his father, and maybe it's genuine. He wants to be near him, so he's there to. Because the thing I've always said, Harry and his father were always very, very, very close. They were really close, and there was always this bond between the two of them, and with William. And maybe genuinely it's something he misses. And who knows? Maybe he's thinking that if his father, just say his father, for whatever reason, in the next few years was not here, he might regret the fact that he didn't spend this time with him. So that could be one of the driving factors.
Do you think something's happened here in terms of the couple's security arrangements? Because we know that was one of the major reasons why Harry wasn't returning and why Meghan Markle wasn't coming over with the children. Does that suggest to you that something has changed, despite the fact there's been no announcement?
Yeah, I have a feeling that the fact that obviously they're not more comfortable being here, I mean, it's just quite bizarre. I mean, and I think the other thing is we're aware that Meghan isn't a huge fan of living in the UK. She obviously prefers being in the States. For her to obviously make that move as well is really interesting. But again, whether this is a permanent move or whether it's going to be residing so many months here and so many months over there, I have no idea. But I think what is interesting is the security thing, because Harry was adamant that that was a big issue, and now suddenly it's all just gone almost. So again, I don't know maybe if that was something that was resolved while he was here behind closed doors.
Yeah. What about profile over here? I mean, they've said they view the UK and particularly the British media as being particularly vicious towards them. If they're going to be here, they need to keep a low profile, don't they?
Well, exactly. I mean, the things that go through my head is what are they going to do? Because, as you've said, with sources saying obviously that that what was said all those years ago, that they want to stick to this fact that all in, all out kind of thing, and they're all out. That's a fact, and that was late Queen Elizabeth II made sure that was kind of how it was. So they're not working royals. So the fact they're coming back, and I don't see that changing. So I'm kind of wondering, what is he going? What are they going? Are we going to see them working in, a local grocery store or something? I mean, I don't understand what their actual role is going to be. Not that they need to work. I'm sure that from the media work they've done, they've probably got plenty of money, and they could just. And again, where they're going to live? I mean, they're saying the Cotswolds. Does that mean they're going to move in somewhere near Highgrove, which of course, as you know, is where the king is? So I'm kind of wondering if that's on the cards, and then obviously the children somewhere outside London. It said, well, you can get quite easily to the outskirts of London within an hour and a half, or even quicker by public transport. So I don't quite know what they've obviously got a plan. It's been put in place, and again, for the king to only have just been told, it shows you the speed of this.
Do you think that Harry and Meghan will feel as though they've opened the door for this half-in, half-out model? They will feel as though, it's been dubbed the faux royal tours that they've done to Australia and the like. They will think that has been very, very successful. Do you think they will be hoping that does perhaps open the door for them to become part-time working royals, which is what they wanted in the first place?
Yeah. I do. I think the other thing about them is he's aware that, if you go back to Edward VIII, the late Queen's uncle who abdicated, when he left the royal family, which he had to do, he didn't come back. There was no coming back. So this is completely unprecedented to have a former prince, let's face it, who was a working royal, who is now coming back to the UK with his family. It's almost like he's expecting the country to welcome him with open arms. Now, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that will be genuinely happy, but I'm aware, because I put some things on my social media last night about when the news broke, and the majority of the comments were not positive. I mean, can't even repeat what some of the people said. They would obviously feel very strongly about it. And I think there's this feeling that there was a lot of, a lot of what took place was very unfair to the late Queen Elizabeth II. And she put things into place before her death. And I think, what they're trying to say is that what would she feel about this idea? I'm sure she would love the idea of them coming back. Like the king has said, they would spend more time with the family. And that's wonderful. But what's the backstory to it? What is the reason for it, and what is he hoping to achieve? That's what I think we're all wondering.
But the big question when we look at what role they might play within the royal family, obviously we have a monarch, but what is interesting with this, obviously because Charles is older, is Prince William plays a very big role in the future of the monarchy. I mean, he's actively involved in all of this now, isn't he, with his father's consent?
Yeah.
And obviously the relationship between William and Harry is not a good one.
It's not a good one. I mean, if anything, I would have said that William's probably fuming at this idea, because I'm sure that he will be in a way the way when his father was aware. Whether his father informed him how it was done, I'm not sure, but it would have been done on the same day. And I think what's difficult is William has been there for his father and his stepmother, especially through the last few years, as with his own wife, with everything that's been going on. And I think he might feel that it's almost like his brother suddenly swooping in, you know, to be by his father's side, and not to kind of take all the glory, but to kind of be, you know, the fact he wants to be near him. I think William will feel that this is a huge slap in the face, and I don't think this is going to do anything for their relationship at all. I mean, if anything, and this is going to put more of a divide between the two of them. And as you said, that's the reality. He's the future of the monarchy, and I do not see him giving him any kind of role within the royal family as a working royal. I really don't see it happening. I think the relationship there has been damaged to a point that I don't see him coming back from that, because trust is a massive thing for William, and once it's broken, he really doesn't come back from that.
OK. Grant, Harold, really good to get your reaction to this breaking news with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure you'll let us know what you think.
Yep.
gbnews.com/you'll say. But right now, at 11 minutes past 6, it's time for the Daily Reflection.
The GB News Daily Reflection.
My name is Marcus Mack. I'm a vicar in the Church of England. Just over 2,500 years ago, a prophet named Isaiah revealed the heart of God in this short verse. Is it too small a thing for you to be my servant, to restore the tribes of Jacob and bring back those of Israel I have kept? I will also make you a light for the Gentiles, that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth. God is foretelling that salvation will one day be freely open to all peoples. God's heart has never been limited to one people, one family, or one nation. In this ancient promise, the servant referred to in this chapter is fulfilled perfectly in Jesus. Jesus' mission was far greater than restoring Israel alone. He was the light for the entire world. His life, his death on the cross, and the empty tomb all declare that no one is beyond the reach of his loving salvation. May this expand our own hearts to others. Too easily do we keep our love and favor towards those who are like us and who share our views. Too easily do we favor our own cultural tribes and shared identities, creating boundary lines deciding who must be shunned. God's heart is an open heart, so may our hearts expand to all people.
That's our daily reflection on this Thursday morning.
Now, the Home Office have released a 7-page booklet telling asylum seekers, amongst other things, not to rape women.
Well, it follows a rise in migrant convictions, which is linked to sex attacks.
Official government guidance informs arrivals it is illegal to hit and control women, and also tells them they cannot have sex with anyone underage or asleep.
Well, the Shadow Safeguarding Minister, Alicia Kearns, says the campaign is for migrants to recognise that women are equal in our country, and it's an admission of this danger.
Let's talk to former national newspaper editor David Wooding. Morning to you.
Morning.
David. I don't know what to make of this, really, because you can't criticise the government for putting out advice which is accurate. It just seems crazy that these things, as basic as this, need to be explained.
Yes, and they're written in very childlike language. It's like a booklet that you would in the words you would give to a 5-year-old. You know, in the United Kingdom, women are equal, and you know it is in the United Kingdom. Both sides have to agree before you have sex. If they don't, it's called rape. Rape is a criminal offence. It's written in very, very simple terms. What I think it does show, Stephen, is that the people who've been protesting in communities where migrant men have been moved into houses of multiple occupation, hotels or camps who are concerned about them and being branded bigots, scaremongers, even racists. And it shows that they have got a genuine concern about the behaviour of some of these young...
It's a really valid point, actually, because if the government now thinks it's necessary to explain that rape and underage sex is not allowed, then it goes to... It does go to question what of all these people being shipped into areas, what actually have they been thinking they can do?
And perhaps there's more going on than we know about. There may have been more incidents that have not actually reached the media. I mean, there've been countless cases of some of these migrants. Now, that's not to say that all migrants are bad people, but some of them come from countries with a completely different culture. And this isn't about their race or their religion or their ethnicity. It's about the culture of the countries that they come from, and that dictates their behaviour.
Well, clearly it suggests that there's a big problem with integration and learning British values. The fact that this has to be spelt out in this way and handed out to people who are coming here on a small boat.
And this is why migration should be done through the proper channels, legally, and we should be sure that the people who are coming here are fleeing war and can be integrated. And of course, when people come here through legal routes, they're put on a course to learn about British culture, the history, how we do things here. And they come here because they want to come to this country, not because they're coming here on a boat across the channel.
Yeah. Where does this leave the lawyers? Because I just think in cases where people are convicted of things, and obviously they look at deportation and all the rest of it, and I know these deportation figures are up at the moment.
Yeah.
But where does it... I mean, this takes out an element of defence, doesn't it? Saying, well, we didn't... You know, people had a cultural difference, they didn't know the rules over here.
Absolutely. That's probably one of the reasons, thinking behind the Home Office putting out these brochures, because, first of all, they need to show that they're doing something to allay public fears, but also by acting in this way, it will rip the rug from under the floor of activist lawyers.
OK. David Wooding, thank you very much. We'll see you again in the next hour.
Well, a Home Office spokesperson said, we expect everyone who comes to the UK to abide by our laws. If they do not, they will face consequences, including the refusal of their asylum claim and removal from the UK. Returns of failed asylum seekers have reached their highest levels since 2010 under this government.
Now let's get a check on the weather with Greg Dewhurst.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Box Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well, some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps 1 or 2 glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers, though, for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there, around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures, towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside, 5 or 6 degrees in 1 or 2 spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. 1 or 2 of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Well, still to come for you.
29 US states have taken Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, to court. Could this change the internet as we know it?
Bold.
They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/your say. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/your say, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Some people enjoy lazy Sunday mornings, but not me.
What's the truth of the matter?
So that's a very live question.
Would you support him if he waters down these plans?
Before the spin sets in, I'll be getting to the truth.
This is personal.
No soft questions, no easy answers.
It's one thing if the state has rules in this country. It's another thing whether the police and others actually police them.
Setting the agenda and holding those in power to account.
You can't really blame her if the system is set up this way.
You will not want to miss it, trust me. The Camilla Tominey Show, Sundays from 9:30, only on GB News.
It's 6:23 now. The social media giant Meta, that's sort of Facebook and Instagram and all that, isn't
Instagram,
it?
exactly that, yeah.
I lose track of
Mark
all these.
Zuckerberg's
Oh, it's the Zuckerberg
Meta.
fella, is it? There you go. In with the curly hair. Anyway, look, it's accused of deliberately engineering its Facebook and Instagram platforms to be addictive to children. And a major trial is getting underway in the States.
Well, GB News presenter Tom Howard has the latest from Washington.
This week, there began a federal trial in the United States that could determine the future of the internet as we know it. It could change the way that social media looks, feels, and interacts with all of us. 29 individual states of the United States have brought action against Meta. Now, Meta is the parent company of the websites like Instagram and Facebook that are some of the most popular social media websites in the country. They claim that Meta is creating dangerously addictive features on its platforms, and that this is harming particularly children. The interesting thing about this case is it lists specific grievances against the company, specific elements that they think make this product harmful and addictive. Those include infinite scroll, the idea that you can continue on scrolling forever and ever and there is no end to your timeline on social media. The autoplay feature, where videos will automatically play on your timeline without you clicking the play button yourself. Likes, or what they describe as quantified feedback, the idea that you can see how many people are liking your content online. The states allege that this could be psychologically damaging, particularly to children. Also, disappearing content. They say that that is harmful, as is recommendations based on variable rewards. What's that in plain English? Variable rewards tap in to a sort of feature of the brain where dopamine really likes something. Not if you get it all the time, but if you get it sometimes. You get that dopamine hit in your brain. If, for instance, not every single time you go to your timeline you see something you love, but maybe if you scroll a little bit further and you refresh a few more times and you come back, then you see something you love. They say that this could create addictive behavior. The problem is that so many of these features are just key features of the internet as we know it, key features of how social media works. Is this a case that could actually attempt to bring down social media? Well, the case starts this week and will continue for some time to come. Meta, of course, warns that cases like these will be harmful to consumers because consumers benefit from the benefits of social media. This is not a black and white story, and yet in this court case, two sides will argue vociferously on either side. We'll be following it all, of course, here live from Washington, D.C. And we'll see if the big man in the White House behind me decides to stick his oar in too.
That's Tom Howard live. Well, not live, as live from Washington.
Yes, nearly live.
Nearly live.
I'm quite pleased about all of this.
Me too.
I think something needs to be done because I think it's getting really problematic.
Yeah.
All this social media stuff.
And this is huge. This could change social media forever.
We're going to
watch it closely. We're going to watch it closely here on GB News. Tom Howard will stay across it for us.
He certainly will. Now, time for the Great British Giveaway. Your chance to win £60,000 and a real gold bar. You have to hurry, though, because lines close at 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Well, Hayley Sparks is live with us all morning with all of the details. Morning, Hayley.
Good morning, Ellie. Yes, I am here at Down Hall in Bishop Stortford, Essex, a beautiful, luxurious hotel and spa. And it's exactly the kind of place that you could come and enjoy if you are the latest winner of our Great British Giveaway. Now, first of all, we're going to be giving you £6 in tax-free cash to spend however you like. So perhaps you might want to put a brand new car in the drive, bring all your family somewhere like here, go on a last-minute holiday, or just relax, having those day-to-day financial stresses taken away. We're also going to be giving you a gold bar worth £5,000. And an interesting fact for you, if you'd have bought £200 worth of gold in 1990, it would have increased in value today by 650%. So perhaps you might want to gift that 5,000 gold bar to your grandchild, to your children, and won't it be exciting to see what it could potentially be worth in 10 years' time? A very exciting investment. So that's a combined prize value of over £65,000, completely tax-free, and it could be with you in the next couple of weeks, but you do need to get your skates on as lines close at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So it's really, really important if you want to be in with the chance of winning this incredible prize that you get your entries in. Here are all the details that you need, and I wish you the very best of luck.
For a chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pooled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Oh, good luck. It's a fantastic
Yes.
prize, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. I like Hayley's little facts about gold investment. Very good. I've got a little fact for you this morning.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, if you took an ordinary sheet of paper, they're about 0.1 millimetres thick. And bog standard sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And you know it's hard to fold it lots of times, but you need a very big piece. If you folded it 27 times, in half, 27 times,
Yeah.
do you know how tall it would be?
No.
Sounds ridiculous. It's actually true. It would be the height of Mount Everest.
No, it's not.
Yes, it would. You only have to fold it 27 times and it would be the height of Mount Everest.
I don't believe you.
You can Google it. It's true. So there you go.
How big is a piece of paper?
Well, it depends how. I mean, it could be that big, but if you could fold it... there's only so many times you can fold a piece of paper before it becomes... So it's impossible to do. You could never fold a piece of paper 27 times.
OK. Well, thank you for that. Great to have you back.
I mean, I think that's a really interesting little bit of information. And if you only folded it an additional 15 times from that...
Right.
It would reach the moon.
OK, now I really don't believe you.
Because bear in mind that every time you're folding it, you're doubling the height every time, so it's an exponential rise.
Well, there you go. Every day is a school day.
You shouldn't care.
Right, if you're heading to
Why
work
not
this
bother?
morning, here's your traffic and travel update.
Good morning, this is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The M3 is closed between junctions 7 and 6 in Basingstoke. The M5 southbound is closed between junctions 24 and 25 in Bridgewater South. The M25 anti-clockwise is closed between junctions 19 and 18 in Chertsey. The M1 is closed between junctions 9 and 11A in Luton. In Scotland, the A78 between Dunlop Street and A8 Ratho Street is closed in both directions. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services are facing major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria, while East Midlands Railway services have a temporary reduced timetable. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
Now, do stay with us. Of course, you stay with us sport.
I do. We'll do it in just a second. Strange one. Cricket, Kyrgios and cocaine. We'll do it in a second. Sport anyway.
I've been in Westminster for a long time, but I know that though power may be here, its effect on people's lives is across the whole of the country. We may be where rules are made, but it's where they're implemented that matters. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for forthright and frank discussion on where Britain has come from, where it's going, and where it will end up. That's State of the Nation, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
Britain is not just a geographical expression. We are a people bound together by history and culture that are distinctively British. Join me to celebrate our music, theatre, artworks and literature which we can explore and enjoy together.
Everybody's welcome.
Sunday with Michael Costello. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Welcome to Free Speech Nation with me, Josh Howard. This is the show where each week we see what's happening in the world of culture, current affairs and politics.
First we'll say, welcome to the UK. Oh, thank you.
And we're not afraid to use our free speech so that you can use yours.
It's not controversial in the slightest to anyone who hasn't lost their mind.
Free Speech Nation, Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
As soon as it hits 11 and the headlines come in,
the late edition brings you the breaking news from all the front pages.
Because the news is going to happen.
so get a head start today.
Patrick Christie's Tonight, late edition.
Alex Armstrong Tonight, late edition, from 11 o'clock every night.
Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Do you trust what you're being told? Good, because neither do I.
Those are just facts.
I'm Alex Armstrong, and on my show, we'll expose the spin.
Well, I want to answer that because you didn't let me last time, because you always speak over me.
The broken promises.
To deny that is denying the truth.
And the hypocrisy.
We can allow.
Politics, policy, parliament. Nothing is off limits. No sugarcoating, no fear of offence, just the truth laid bare. Tune in every Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. for Alex Armstrong Tonight, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Right, time for the sport with Paul at 6:35. Good morning.
Premier League begins tomorrow, but we're going in with the cricket to start with. Is that okay?
Yes, very good.
I'm never going to throw you. England versus Pakistan. So Joe Root is back as captain. Bazball is no longer. It's going to be a more conservative way of playing cricket.
What, has Bazball gone?
Yeah, it's gone because Baz has gone. So Brendan
I've been saying
McCullum
for ages about Bazball was rubbish.
Yeah, Bazball, yeah, that's it. They realised it doesn't work. Although he's still going to be involved in the white ball side, but when it comes to Test cricket, no more Bazball.
Oh, good.
But
might win.
Well, this is how it's looking at the moment. But it's only day one. Put Pakistan into bat and went very well. Ollie Robinson, so he got a wicket with his first ball, ended up taking 5 wickets, as did Josh Tongue. So they split them between the two of them. Now, you know in football, if you score a hat-trick, you get to keep the ball. Right?
I did not know that.
I didn't know
that's
that
what happens.
either.
If you score a hat-trick in football, you get to keep the ball. So if you score... Now, if you get a fifer, which is what they call 5 wickets, fifer, you get to keep the cricket ball. But when you've got... Are you following me here?
Yeah.
If you've got 2 bowlers that both got 5 wickets, what do they do?
You do
Cut it in half.
You do 2 weeks each.
2 weeks each, cut it in half. Here's Ollie Robinson.
We were walking off and I was like to Tanya, I think we should split it. Like he said it and I was like, I actually should do that. I think it'd be quite cool. It's one of those things that you don't really have too many half of cricket balls, so it'd be something that we never forget really. And it's not very often 2 guys get 5 in the same innings, so it's just a nice gesture and something to remember.
Oh, that would be nice on the mantelpiece.
Do you cut it through the seam or are there? And also, I think
they cut it through the seam, didn't they? There?
Was it straight through the seam?
I think so.
And how do they do that then? I mean, if you went to a professional, maybe, but
sharp knife.
You can't help it. You've got to be.
It's someone with a buzzsaw, isn't it?
I know. It's got to. Yeah, but would they have one of the Headingley? I don't know. So many questions, so many worries I have. These are the things that keep me up at night.
I just like it because I was right.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Now, Celtic, let's talk a little bit of football. First leg of the Champions League playoff. Commanding win against LASK of Austria. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. Stephen, you will know this. LASK stands for... Now, it's in Linz in Austria. So it's... And I think you're going to get this if you think about it. What does it stand for? Linzer Athletic...
Social Club.
Sports Club.
Sports Club.
It's Sports Club. So they won 3-0 and there's 2 legs. So the next leg is on Tuesday. And should Celtic get through, which looks very good so far, then they'll go into the main part of the Champions League.
Why would it be a social club? I'm just asking myself now. Why did I think social club?
I don't know.
That's a bit stupid, isn't it?
I think it was the pressure of the question.
It could be.
I think that's what it was.
It came out of left field, to be fair.
Because we usually do Sporting Club, you see.
Yeah.
And there were 2 goals from...
Why is it club?
Club, Sporting Sports Club. 2 goals from Camilo Duran. So, no, Duran. I've just ruined my own joke. There you go. So if you score 2 goals, there's your thing. Oh, what?
Yeah.
I was going to go, 2 goals from Camilo Spandau Ballet. No, that's not right. So anyway, they go to Austria for the next leg on Tuesday. Quick word on Nick Kyrgios. Well, I should laugh about this. Admitted he's made a huge mistake. Tested positive for taking cocaine. He's been suspended. Happened in the June Mallorca Open. It was a very small amount, but he said he's made a huge mistake, which he takes full responsibility. Could be banned up to 4 years, but it could only be 3 months. Because if it's out of tournament time, then they
And
will...
is it?
Well, I think maybe. I don't know. This is what he's got to prove. I don't know what he's going to do. Do they have a picture of him doing it? I don't know. With a date on it? I don't know.
It's interesting that he's held his hands up to it
he's
so
admitted
quickly.
to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, because we've seen some great excuses over the years, haven't we?
The cheesecake one being my favourite.
Yeah, that was the good one. That was Kamila Valieva, wasn't it? The ice skater. Because it was in her grandfather's cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake.
This one, I don't think is in his grandfather's cheesecake. I don't think you can get away with that one. And finally, one more. Now, this is the Edmonton Marathon that took place over the weekend. Thousands of runners were very unhappy at their times.
Oh, why?
So they're trying to break the record, and why do you think it was? 26.2 miles or 42.19 kilometres. And everybody's come back and gone, I thought I'd gone faster than that.
The route was wrong.
It was.
Yeah.
674 metres too long.
That's a lot.
Ooh. That's not good, is it? So firstly, they're like, no, there's no chance this has happened. It was so embarrassing. There's thousands of runners in it, and they've realised they made the course too long. So runners reported runners reported their energy waning unexpectedly in the last kilometre of the race. God, this kilometre seems so long. It's like, yeah, because you're tired, that's all it was. But it was too long. 674 metres.
Nobody moans if they accidentally have one that's too short.
Oh, no, I tell you what, they don't say anything then.
Amazing.
Oh, that would be the right way.
Yeah, I've broken the record, haven't I? It must have been right. Oh, yeah. When it's too long, it's completely different, isn't it?
Very good.
Oh, well, there you go.
Duran, that would have worked so well.
It would have done.
Got that right.
It's a shame.
We've always got the next hour.
I'll try again.
We'll
try again.
Thanks, Coity.
Right, still to come, as Harry and Meghan are set to make a return to the UK 6 years after Mexit, would they be welcomed back into the royal fold?
Would they be welcomed back into Britain? Let's talk about that, shall we? James Rampton and Ella Whelan. They're going through the papers with us next.
First, so here's a European forecast.
Ready to soak up that holiday sunshine?
Won't we need some cover?
No worries, all sorted.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Hello there. We continue to see heavy rain across parts of the Alps over the next 24 hours. Plenty of hot sunshine across Greece. Sunshine continues across parts of Spain and Portugal. 1 or 2 showers there on Friday across Madeira, but plenty of blue skies across Portugal into Spain. Just 1 or 2 showers possible, but that heavy rain continues across parts of the Dolomites and the Alps, but plenty of sunshine in Greece. Athens there, 35 Celsius. And for most, it remains sunny through the weekend and into the next week too.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
I remember it vividly, the first dogfight over Biggin Hill, over New Addington. And this particular morning, the war started. My mother had asked me to go and get her a pint of beer from the... She wasn't a drunkard or anything, but she liked to drink on a Sunday morning. So she said, oh, son, she said, go down and get me a bottle of beer, will you? I mean, all was quiet in the Western Front. So I said, yes, Mum. So I'm going down the road now. I hadn't gone 1/4 mile, and all of a sudden there's this confusion, all this noise and that, zooming and banging. I thought, what on earth's that? And I looked up, and there they were, dogfighting over New Addington.
GB News, the People's Channel. Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
Joining us now is Head of Advocacy at Big Brother Watch, Jack Colson. Jack, interested to know your view on this. You know, why shouldn't I be able to wear my Meta glasses around?
Well, certainly there are times and places where Meta glasses might be of use, particularly for those with visual impairments. The technology really could be a breakthrough, but we see these as the tip of an iceberg. Meta's glasses have already been potentially linked to facial recognition technology, which really would be a stalker's charter. And we are operating in an environment where perpetrators of harassment feel safe to use this technology, when really it's the public who ought to feel safe. So the government ultimately are going to have to explore restrictions on this kind of technology, and we're seeing civil society push back.
GB News, the People's Channel.
I have a real treat for you, because I have found women. Yes, and these women are badly behaved in Benidorm, and they've been here for... How long have you been here?
Since Tuesday. Yeah, just a week this time. Normally we do 2 weeks, but just a week this time.
And whereabouts in the UK are you from?
From Surrey. Surrey. Manchester. Salford. Doncaster.
Quite the mix, I would say. And are you getting ready to go into the Strip?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, why not? It's iconic. We do culture first and then the Strip. That's the right way round, right?
If you say so. Will you be out on the Strip?
Most definitely, yet again.
And what's so attractive about it?
The Strip or the culture?
The Strip.
What am I allowed to say on TV?
GB News, the People's Channel.
Now let's take a look at some of the newspaper front pages on this Thursday morning.
The Sun says Harry and Meghan are coming home 6 years after Mexit.
The Express leads with Home Office guidance for asylum seekers: don't rape or beat up women when in Britain.
The Times reveals a new vaccine for skin cancer that helps fight the disease.
A day trip tragedy, the Mirror reports. The father, the mother and the daughter who drowned at Shoreham by Sea fled Palestine a decade ago.
All right, let's go through the stories then with the author and broadcaster James Rampton and the journalist Ella Whelan. Good morning to you both.
Hi.
James, let's start with, it's in the Telegraph, it's in the Sun this morning, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex heading back to the UK in the next sort of 10 days.
I know, it's extraordinary. Harry and Meghan are the gift that keeps on giving for journalists. There may be lots of people out there who say, don't care, but it's 7 pages in the Sun, the first 7 pages, so it's clearly a huge story, and readers lap it up, even though I got the point within 2 paragraphs, and then the rest was just what's happened over the last 6 years. The big question, I suppose, is why they're doing it. Why are they coming back here? Have Americans finally tired of Meghan's simpering, toe-curling even. Yeah, wow. That was a very good malapropism there. Toe-curling programmes about table setting and jam. And can they make enough money in America? I mean, that's the cynical question. Does Harry want his children to grow up with American accents?
No.
Well, probably not, as a former member of the British royal family. And also, does he want them to benefit from a British education?
Well, you can't do better than a British education.
That's
Best
true.
education in the world.
Well, that's true. And
Is it really?
Yeah, royal families from all over the world send their children
true.
to Britain to be educated.
As well as criminals from all over the world, which shows that it's absolutely desirable. So I do think there are lots of elements to this story that are really interesting, but whether it merits 7 pages in the Sun, I don't know, maybe that's just me.
What do you reckon, Ella?
Well, I mean, it's interesting that they might be, I think probably the kids' argument is the one that's most believable. But Harry must also know that in this country, our treatment of celebrities is a little different to America. We're much less forgiving. And there's a kind of, there's a real British thing of sort of not hating success, but trying to pull people down in a way and take the mick out of them. And I'm not sure that will fit with the sort of po-faced American celebrity style of Meghan. And she knows that, so it's there are rumours and questions about what's going on in that relationship and all the rest of it. But for William and Kate, and indeed for the King and Queen, this extra bit of attention on the royal family is probably very unwelcome.
I think people are so surprised by this because it very much felt back in 2020 like they were turning their backs on Britain for good. They didn't like the treatment of the tabloids. They didn't like the treatment of the royal family. Meghan, you certainly get the impression she doesn't like being here at all.
And indeed, I mean, there was inherent in a lot of those allegations, whether they were true or not, and that's all contested, that there wasn't much love for the British public either. There was a sense that, you know, we have racist tendencies, and that's reflected in our structures and our institutions and all the rest of it. It's quite hard to come, I mean, I know it's been 6 years, it's quite hard to come back from that and then suddenly say, actually, we want to be embraced by you again.
But I think the only way they can do this, I mean, particularly for Meghan, is to actually have a very low profile.
And perhaps that's what will happen. But, I mean, it's been suggested that they also want to, I think Harry kind of has itchy feet and wants to do something and be important. And, you know, if you're being generous, be helpful, make something of himself. Maybe he's bored twiddling his thumbs in modesty.
I think he is. And watching Meghan making jam and, you know, cozying up with semi-famous friends is quite tedious. It's certainly tedious to watch on Netflix. So
it's tedious for you.
Oh, sorry, for me, yes.
I mean, this is
cynical media person.
Well, no, but this is how you have to view it, isn't it? I mean, I think it's tedious. I think it's awful. I think it's absolutely cringe. However, there must be an audience for it.
Well, is there? Because they've cancelled the show and their multi-zillion-dollar deal with Netflix has also lapsed. Various other deals have fallen through. And without sounding like the ultimate cynical journalist, I wonder if money is at the root of this, that they haven't made the fortune that they expected to as, you know, the royalty of Montecito. And they've come back here almost with their tail between their legs saying, right, we'll start again. At least, you know, Harry will have a purpose here, and he and Meghan might have more ways of making money.
There are reports in some of the papers this morning that this is actually down to the visit in July. They went to Portugal and they were also here in Britain. They spent time with the King, which went very well. They also spent time with the family of Diana, Princess of Wales, and apparently that was what solidified it for them. And that is why, if they are moving, they'd move to the Cotswolds to be close to Althorpe House. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, and obviously, on a human level, you can sympathise with that. But it's also, I mean, The Telegraph, who boasted that they had the exclusive at 6 o'clock yesterday, wrote, Camilla Tominey's written, her headline in the paper today is, the couple who are only marginally more popular than Prince Andrew. So, I mean, that's if that's true, and it probably is some truth to it, that's very hard to ignore.
Yeah. All right, Ella, let's have a look. It's in a lot of the papers again this morning. This pamphlet for asylum seekers in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, an extraordinary story in some ways, but also quite unsurprising. I mean, we know there's lots of people, whether you're liberal or illiberal in immigration, who know that there is a sort of a cultural hill to climb with people coming to this country, and particularly around issues around women, LGBT issues, the rest of it, but around the idea of how we treat other people, and you might call them cultural differences, I might call them cultural inadequacies, particularly in relation to treatment of women. We know that that's been a problem. Some people still say, oh, it's racist, everyone's very nice who comes in. It's, you know, most of us know it's an issue. But the idea that you would fix this very significant issue with a pamphlet, and, you know, I think most of us could probably guess that there's not much of a conversation being had around this. It is just a sort of read this to people who, you know, in all honesty, a lot of them don't have very good English anyway.
Well, is it being published in other languages, do we know?
Well, I kind of would hope so. I mean, the thing that I'm a little bit torn about this is I think it's a ridiculous pamphlet and all the rest of it, but at least it's a slight step forward that this problem is being recognised by the government.
It's being acknowledged, isn't it, James?
I agree with that. And, you know, we're hearing lots and lots of stories, terrible stories about alleged rapes and attacks against women by asylum seekers in this country. And so the government, I think perhaps rightly, feels it has to address that. A pamphlet is a very, very mallet-like way of addressing it. But at least it's showing that it's aware it's a problem, and, you know, it's not pretending it doesn't exist, although I think it's a very crass way of approaching it.
James, can we... It's completely different. Can we have a quick look at Jeremy Clarkson?
Well, why not? I always love...
The hosepipe ban.
I always love looking at Clarkson. No, I don't, actually. I've just totally made that up. But the hosepipe ban is infuriating and perplexing lots of people. Did you know if you have a blue badge, you can use your hosepipe with impunity.
And if you live in a new build, apparently.
Yes, because you might be immobile and you can't take a watering can to the end of your garden, which perhaps is fair enough. But Jeremy Clarkson's solution, which unfortunately most of us do not have, is having his own borehole. And people say borehole is perhaps a good description of Jeremy Clarkson, but
very few people say that, James.
Yes, some might say. I couldn't possibly comment. But Clarkson, as always, is making a joke out of things and says this is the way to beat hosepipe bans. Would that we all had the money and the land to have a borehole, but people will be looking at him and thinking, gosh, that is a solution when 27 million of us are having our water restricted at the moment. But whether we could buy a large farm in the Cotswolds, maybe Harry and Meghan will.
Well, maybe they'll be neighbours.
I think people are getting desperate. You might hear the sound of pickaxes now ringing out through London because, I mean, look, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the hosepipe ban, but it was only a few months ago that I remember all over the radio, particularly on the BBC and places like that, it was all about save the bees, grow your garden. Lots of us, me included, in my tiny little box in Hackney that I have, tried really hard and are now watching it, even with a little bit of a watering can, watching it fail.
No.
All right, you two. Thank you very much. See you later.
Here's your weather.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed Aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well. Some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps one or two glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers though for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside 5 or 6 degrees in one or two spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. One or two of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed Aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
Thank you, Britain, for making GB News Radio such a huge success. Whether you're in the car, on the go or listening at home, thank you for choosing us as your radio station.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The M27 is closed at junction 2 in Romsey. The M25 anti-clockwise is closed between junctions 19 and 18 in Chertsey. The M40 southbound is closed between junctions 10 and 9 in Bicester. The M53 is closed between junctions 5 and 4 in Clatterbridge. In Scotland, the A78 between Dunlop Street and A8 Ratho Street is closed in both directions in Dunlop Street to A8 Ratho Street. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services are facing major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
It's the final week to see how you could win over £65,000 in prizes. You could be our latest Great British Giveaway winner. First of all, we want to give you £60,000 in tax-free cash. Plus, you'll also receive a fine gold bar worth over £5,000.
For a chance to win, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pulled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk now?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up? About 10.
So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m, only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Good morning. Harry and Meghan will be living back in Britain by the end of this month.
Yes, 6 years after leaving for the US, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are understood to be returning for an extended period, with Archie and Lilibet set to enrol at British schools.
Well, the family plans to move into a non-royal residence and will not be working royals, with the King said to have been told of the plans just days ago.
But does this mean a royal reconciliation is on the cards?
Now, nervous students are waking up to GCSE results this morning as thousands across the country open those all-important envelopes.
A Home Office guide for asylum seekers has sparked concern after spelling out that sex with children is legal and warning not to rape women in the UK.
Theft, bullying, rudeness and pulling a sickie are amongst the behaviours landing workers in disciplinary trouble with their bosses. Some are saying enough is enough. So this morning we're asking, should workers who pull sickies be sacked?
And sport this morning, well, a good start for Joe Root's England against Pakistan, day 2 today, and hopefully not too much rain. Celtic take a big step towards the Champions League, and tennis maverick Nick Kyrgios is suspended again.
Hello, good morning. A day of sunshine and showers, some of them heavy and thundery. Find out all the weather details coming up soon.
It's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast. How are you feeling about GCSE results today, everybody? Let us know if you've got children or grandchildren picking up their results today. Apparently, kids these days get it on an app.
Do that? Really? No, I don't know whether that's true.
Lots of them get it on an app
I think
now.
it's different schools. I think private schools
depends on schools, yeah.
And other schools, you don't. Because I remember we went to the school. It seems just so antiquated that they have to go there at a certain time, pick up the envelope. You think, couldn't they just all get an email at exactly the same time? Or is there something in the...
I think there's something better.
What, than going?
About having to go and pick it up and all that.
Very nerve-wracking, though.
It is nerve-wracking, but it's the making of people. It's terrifying, but it's the making of people, isn't it? That you have to go there, queue up, get your envelope.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Aren't there other ways to...
It's very public, though, if you're not happy with your result.
That's what I mean. I feel sorry for people. I don't think there's other ways of making someone than just opening an envelope in front of everybody else.
I think you're being too soft. You don't have to open it in front of everybody else.
Right.
I don't think I opened mine.
No, I always went back to the car. Never opened in the hall.
Did you do what the parents' car? Do it then?
Yeah.
Right.
No, always went back to the car, yeah. 750 schools, by the way, are using this app. So those students will get their results on their phone. Quite interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. I know what you're saying, but I just think these days...
Must be a bit of an anticlimax. You worked so hard for 2 years, and then you just wake up one morning, check the app, turn over and go back to bed.
I don't think they'd go back to it, would you?
Well, it depends how you did, I suppose.
Students, after all.
Anyway, we're going to be live at school later. And good luck if you are opening or getting your results today. Fingers crossed for you. In the meantime, Harry and Meghan are heading back to the UK 6 years after leaving for the US.
I still can't believe it, you know. This came as a right shock at 10 p.m. last night.
A right shock?
It did come as a right shock.
You're turning into a northerner. I love it.
Oh, there you go. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected to move back at the end of this month for their children Archie and Lilibet to attend British schools this September.
Well, apparently the King only found out on Sunday, but he's said to be very pleased.
Well, the decision comes a month after Prince Harry's reunion with King Charles, which was a major step towards reconciliation. But it's unclear whether disputed security issues have been discussed or resolved.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. You know, he won't speak to me because of this security stuff. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary. I have had it described to me once people knew about the facts that this is an good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up.
Let's talk to royal commentator Helena Shard. Good to see you this morning, Helena. What do you make of this?
Good
Are you
morning.
surprised?
Oh, goodness. I think we're all completely surprised. I have to say, funny enough, my American counterparts are not as surprised as me and fellow reporters. I think more to the fact that they constantly said that Harry just looked so miserable totally the whole time. And in fact, almost used to say, why doesn't he just go home? And obviously, I believe his heart has been here in the UK. But we are so shocked. It is a complete wow. I just do see. The only thing is that drama is going to continue. That's what I do foresee, and I do feel there will be some fireworks ahead. But thinking positively, I think more surprising. I think everyone's more surprised that Meghan is in tow. That we know that the children have been enrolled at school somewhere at this moment. She has said on a few occasions that she would never ever be able to do that. The children couldn't be in school here in the UK. She wouldn't be able to do the school run to and fro. Too many, people, media taking photographs. She just couldn't do it. We've heard as well that she would never set foot here in the UK. So to think that they're relocating, whatever relocating means at this moment, is amazing. Everyone's blown away. I just feel at the moment, I do feel for the Waleses. I do feel for our monarchy and royal family. I am just hoping that things move on in a smoother way, that there isn't as much drama around this. Everybody is thinking, well, why? What is the big why here? We can see that they've left their options open. They still have their property in Montecito, Portugal. They're here now. There is this, late Queen Elizabeth said that the half in, half out factor wasn't going to ever work. They've said that they are not going to be working royals. But you can't help but think that there is an element of, Prince Harry able to continue doing his charity work that he's good at. Invictus coming up, Scotty's little soldiers, Well Child Awards. I mean, there's lots of things he still does here. And I believe Meghan will continue with her brand and still carry on selling her wares. And it is reported that they possibly will be somewhere private in the Cotswolds with family. And, we can think, what has happened here? We know that the political arena is not the best for them, particularly in the US. What has happened? This is what we're waiting to hear. Things will come out in the next few days, I imagine. I think the public are a little bit irked as well. You know, there seems to be no contrition. We had many things sort of thrown at us here, that, you know, the racism and many things which we're not too happy. I sort of include myself in that. There doesn't seem to be any contrition there. And we just hope that there's not going to be any element of sort of sabotage, or we don't want any rivalry or rivalry courts going on. There's so many things. There's lots of surmising, I understand, and that's why we're waiting to see what happens and waiting to see what is going to be disclosed over the next few days. There are things going on. We do understand that obviously Prince Harry's battles, most of them are out of the way. He lost his court case recently. I believe this Friday we'll hear about the complete outcome, Daily Mail outcome. There's the Sentibale case as well that's running on. But theoretically, really, they are independent people and they are able to carry on. Let's hope they keep themselves that way. We are waiting to hear what happens. But it is a huge shock, a huge shock. Nobody really expected it. And the thing is, you know, obviously King Charles heard about this on Sunday. The Waleses, I believe, were also informed on Sunday. That hasn't been 100% signed off at this moment.
OK, Helena Shard, really good to get your reaction to that breaking news, that shocking news overnight. Thank you very much.
It depends what they do about their privacy, you know, how much they're going to stay out of the limelight. What happens with security, we don't know.
Makes you think that something has changed, because that has been the biggest reason why Prince Harry hasn't wanted to come back here. It's been the biggest reason why Meghan and the children haven't joined him when he has been here. So it just suggests perhaps that something has changed in that sense. I think Prince Harry misses the royal duties.
Yeah, but he's not going to get them back.
I think he might try.
He might try, but as Charles, as much as Charles is obviously the monarch, Prince William is playing a very close role.
Yes.
And I don't think William's going to allow it. But, you know, who knows what's happening? Perhaps reconciliation, perhaps that's a good thing. Let's just hope they stay out of the limelight a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Anyway, let us know what you think. gbnews.com/you'll say.
Now, thousands of students are a bit nervous this morning as they wait to find out what their GCSE results are.
Yes, we just had a view in say, didn't we have results a few weeks ago? Yes, we had our A-level results
last week.
Yes, and this is now our GCSE results. This comes as boys outperformed girls in terms of top A-level grades for the first time in 7 years last week. So could we see the same thing for GCSE results this week?
Yeah, shall we head to Salford, where our national reporter, Sophie Reaper, is standing by. Good morning.
Good morning to you both. Yes, I think it's one of those days we all remember, isn't it? The nerves, the excitement, the build-up throughout the summer holidays to get to this point. 16-year-olds all over the country. Just an hour now, they've got to wait until they'll be nervously opening that envelope to find out how they did in their GCSEs. We're here at the Buell Hill Academy in Salford this morning, and joining us is the principal, James Haslam. James, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know it's a high-pressure morning for you, but just talk to us. I know you can't go into too much detail just yet in case any of your pupils are watching, but just give us a sense of how you're feeling now that you've seen the results.
We're really excited to reveal the results to the students. We're really excited for the students to get them. It's been, we believe, another really positive year for the Academy and for the Trust, and we're really excited about what the students are going to experience when they come in at 8 o'clock.
And we're going to be with some of those students, aren't we, when they open those results? So I'm quite nervous for that. Now, you've only been here, is it 2 years?
Yes.
And you have essentially revolutionised the results that have been seen here at Buell Hill.
Yes, this was a school which was under significant strain. It had been underachieving for a number of years. With the work of the Northern Education Trust, with an excellent senior leadership team, and with the backing of all of the parents, we've managed to turn the school around considerably. We went from a GCSE result of 16% for students as pass rate, right up to 50% last year, and we're intending to continue that trajectory this morning. So.
Well, you'll be able to tell us more about that a little bit later on, but just tell me, how important are GCSEs as a foundation for 16-year-olds as they now go on into the rest of their lives?
They're really important. Ultimately, they're the stepping stone to the next stage of their life. It's a really competitive environment out there, both for jobs and for further academic qualifications. So we, as a school, really promote with the students the idea that if they don't really set themselves high expectations, knuckle down and focus on the GCSEs, they're going to find it quite difficult when they leave. And we feel that it's important that the students manage to fully understand what is quite a big stepping stone for them. They're going to be moving on to either A-levels or tertiary qualifications or even into jobs, and if they don't have that foundation in the basics of English and maths, then they're going to find it quite hard, and so consequently it feels like it's a massive cliff edge for them. And what we try to do is to comfort that, cushion that, by making sure that they have the very best teaching to enable that they have the excellent outcomes when they leave us.
Mr. Haslam, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll be speaking to you again in a little bit, and we're also in the next hour going to be speaking, as I say, to some of those pupils as they open that envelope for the first time, finding out live on air how they've done. I've got my fingers crossed. I hope they've done really well. I'm sure they will have done. I'm sure. I've got confidence. But a huge day around the UK.
Oh, don't do it to them, Sophie. I feel really bad for them when we do that.
What, do it live on air?
Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Well, the confident ones who know they've done very well will come and chat to Sophie, I think.
What?
She'll pick them out. She'll pick them out well.
Yeah. Get them to... Fake it, Sophie. Get them to have a look first.
Have a sneak peek and then come and chat to you.
And then pretend. Then pretend.
A sneak peek.
Yeah. Have a sneak peek, check it, everything's OK, and then come and chat to you.
All right, we'll see you later.
See you in a bit, Sophie. Thank you.
It's this weird thing now. I don't know how many... How many GCSEs did you do?
12.
I mean, what's that all about? When I was at school, I got my GCSEs in 1990. You did 8, and I got 9 because I'd done one a year early. So I got 9. But now it's like you do like masses of them.
Loads. Well, it's triple science, isn't it? It's 2 English.
How are you meant to learn all of that?
I know.
It's just
a lot.
Crazy, really.
Yeah. It's an intense revision schedule. I remember that much.
What do you need that many for?
I don't know. It's very nerve-wracking.
Go back to 8. Sensible.
I know. Anyway, let us know if you've got children or grandchildren picking up results, and good luck to them as well. Not long to go now, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Now, the Home Office has released a 7-page booklet for asylum seekers containing helpful information, including things like do not rape women.
Well, it follows a rise in migrant convictions linked to sex attacks.
Official government guidance informs arrivals it is illegal to hit and control women, and they can't have sex with anyone underage or asleep.
Well, the Shadow Safeguarding Minister, Alicia Kearns, says the campaign is for migrants to recognise that women are equal in our country, and this is an admission of this danger.
Let's talk to former national newspaper editor David Wooding. David, good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, that's, to me, the most interesting thing about this. When people have raised concerns in the past over the last few years about these people moving into their area, there's been this sort of talk of it all being very right-wing, potentially a bit racist, that there is all this concern. This is an admission, isn't it, that that concern is real?
Absolutely. It's a tacit admission by the government that the young, undocumented men who are arriving here, many of them by boat, are at best a pest and at worst a public danger. And as you rightly say, Stephen, for months and years, people in these communities who've had these young men foisted on them in houses of multiple occupation, camps and migrant hotels have raised the alarm about it, and have been vilified by some sections of the society, saying that they're bigots and scaremongers. But of course, their concerns are real.
Can this issue be fixed with a pamphlet?
Well, it shows the government is trying to do something, but, I mean, the only answer to this crisis is to stop people coming in here through illegal routes, and to ensure that everybody who comes here is a legitimate migrant. Of course, that all comes down to deterrence to stop the boats. And I noticed today as well that the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, is announcing that she's going to have migrant hubs in third countries as a Rwanda 2.0, it seems.
Well, I mean, what? Spell that out for me, Dave, because I hadn't heard that. That's if that's the case, that's astounding, because it's offshore processing.
Well, she's given an interview this morning to The Sun in which she says that she's in live negotiations with third countries in Europe and across the world to have migrant and asylum hubs where they would be processed. Now, she says in this interview that Rwanda wouldn't work. It was a failure, and they were right to scrap it on day one of the Labour government 2 years ago. Since when, incidentally, Stephen, 55,000 migrants have arrived on these shores. But she says she's looking at this. Now, it's good, better late than never, I assume, but nevertheless, a lot of money could have been saved, 700 million lost on Rwanda, and 90 people have died crossing the sea since then.
Yeah, David Wooding, thank you for your company this morning. It's been good to see you.
Well, a Home Office spokesman said we expect everyone who comes to the UK to abide by our laws. If they don't, they'll face consequences, including the refusal of their asylum claim and removal from the UK. This is an important part, and we mustn't neglect it. They say returns of failed asylum seekers have reached their highest level since 2010 under this government. About 80,000, we understand. I think it's 80,000 since 2024.
Since July 2024,
so
yes.
That is a significant figure, and we can't underestimate that.
Yeah, returns increase of 52%. So that's what the Home Office wants to talk about today. We are speaking to government, we should say, at about 8:30 this morning. So we're going to put that story of this pamphlet to them and why it was deemed necessary to publish it.
Yeah. Right, at 19 minutes past 7, time for the weather with Greg.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well, some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps 1 or 2 glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers, though, for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there, around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures, towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside 5 or 6 degrees in 1 or 2 spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. 1 or 2 of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Still to come, theft, bullying, rudeness and even pulling a sickie are amongst behaviours landing workers in trouble. Some bosses say enough is enough, but if you pull a sickie, should you be sacked? We're debating that next.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's News Channel.
Bold.
They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pearce.
And me, Miriam Gates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Do you trust what you're being told? Good, because neither do I.
Those are just facts.
I'm Alex Armstrong, and on my show, we'll expose the spin.
Well, I want to answer that because you didn't let me last time, because you always speak over me.
The broken promises.
To deny that is denying the truth.
And the hypocrisy.
Needs to stop. You think we can allow?
Politics, policy, parliament. Nothing is off limits. No sugarcoating, no fear of offence, just the truth laid bare. Tune in every Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. for Alex Armstrong Tonight, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation, isn't it?
Because
the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back,
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
and we do not shy away from the difficult stuff.
Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood.
So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel. Some people enjoy lazy Sunday mornings, but not me.
What's the truth of the matter?
So that's a very live question.
Would you support him if he waters down these plans?
Before the spin sets in, I'll be getting to the truth.
This is personal.
No soft questions, no easy answers.
It's one thing if the state has rules in this country. It's another thing whether the police and others actually police them.
Setting the agenda and holding those in power to account.
You can't really blame her if the system is set up this way.
You will not want to miss it, trust me. The Camilla Tominey Show, Sundays from 9:30, only on GB News.
Welcome back to Breakfast. It's 25 minutes past 7, and it's time to tell you about the Great British Giveaway, because you don't have long left to win your chance to win. Yeah, left in your chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar. You've only got until 4 p.m. tomorrow.
That's what you were looking
That's
for.
what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, Hayley Sparks is live with all the details. Good morning, Hayley.
A very good morning to you. Yes, I'm here at Downhall Hotel and Spa in Essex. I stayed here last night, but I actually didn't stay in this room. This is the master suite, and wow, it is luxurious, the ultimate luxury. Beautiful roll top bath. Look at the stunning views out to the garden. It's so spacious. You've got a huge bed over here and a bathroom. This is a kind of winner's room. This is the kind of place that you could come and stay if you win our latest Great British Giveaway. Now, first of all, you're £60,000 in tax-free cash, and you can spend that however you like. So perhaps you put a brand new car in the drive. Maybe you'd have an extension on your home, pay off some of your mortgage. The choice really is yours. Now come with me, let's have a little look at the rest of this beautiful suite. It's huge. This is the dining area, the relaxation area. Wow, imagine a gorgeous stay here. So the second part of our prize is also a gold bar worth £5,000, and historically gold has shown to be a very, very good investment. So whilst it's worth £5,000 right now, imagine what it might be worth in 10 years time. So perhaps it could be a little nest egg, maybe for your children or your grandchildren. So that's a combined prize package of £60,000 completely tax-free, and it will be with you in September. We have one guaranteed winner, and it could be you, as simple as a text, but time is running out. So if you want to have that chance to win this incredible prize, all the details that you need are on the screen now. Lines close at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So get your skates on, get your entries in, and I wish you the very best of luck.
For a chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pooled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Yes, good luck. Fantastic prize, isn't it?
Wonderful. Yeah, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now, research suggests a growing number of workers are facing disciplinary action for serious misconduct. Now, that includes theft, bullying, and taking sick leave when they're not actually sick.
Well, following repeated complaints from employers, a consultation has now been launched to examine whether workplace disciplinary procedures are tough enough to deal with serious misconduct.
It begs the question for you then this morning, if you pull a sickie, should you be sacked?
Well, joining us to debate this morning, founder and CEO of the real estate finance and investment platform TAB, Duncan Krieger, and journalist and author Nikki Hodgson, who's going to be joining us in just a few moments' time. So, Duncan, let's start with you.
Morning.
Should workers who pull a sickie be sacked? Good morning.
Morning. I think most of the things that you mentioned there should cause people to be sacked. I mean, it's quite difficult to hire good people and to keep a business moving. It's expensive, and I think it's a two-way street. So if we're doing a good job, you would expect us to continue employing somebody. But if they're not coming to work, I don't think you guys would retain your jobs for very long if you weren't showing up every day.
Yeah, well, OK. Nikki, what do you think of it? I mean, it is ultimately saying, isn't it, if you don't, you say you're employed to do a job and you don't do the job, therefore you should be sacked, shouldn't you?
Well, I think you've got to investigate exactly why someone's pulling a sickie. I mean, sometimes people say that they're not ill, but actually there's something mental health going on that even they're not aware of always. It is actually, generally speaking, an offence to say that you're sick when you're not. Most workplaces can actually already get rid of you if they think you're doing it fraudulently. So actually, we're not arguing something that people don't already do as a practice. It already is a practice. But given that recruitment and retention is so difficult for UK businesses, I think you've got to, if you find out someone's lied, you've got to really find out why.
Well, Duncan, you probably agree with that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I mean, we want to have a nice place for people to come to work. We want to look after them, whether they work on site or off site, and we're constantly investing in the culture of the business, try and keep people happy and make it a safe place to talk about what's going on. So, yeah, I agree with most of that.
I mean, there is a sort of situation developing at the moment, though, Nikki, isn't there, where people tend to think work is a right rather than a privilege. You are being employed and paid by someone to do a job. Therefore, you should do it.
But I think there's just a lot of reasons why people might use a sick day for something that's going on within their family. For example, lots of progressive businesses have things called duvet days. A lot of people just cannot keep up with the pace of working. Work is hard. If you're having a load of stuff happen at home, maybe you've got caring responsibilities, or maybe somebody else has been sick in your family that you've got to take care of. Maybe there's been a bereavement. There's all kinds of reasons why there'd be a strain on a worker. And I just think that you've got
But you should be able to explain that to someone, to your employer, shouldn't you? And if you just want a day off to watch, if you want to have a day off to watch the football or anything else, fine, but don't get paid for it.
I absolutely agree with you. I'm just saying that from the point of business, it doesn't make sense to immediately fire someone just because they took a sick day and maybe they weren't as sick as you think they are. And it's in your interest to get under the skin of it and find out what's actually going on.
Duncan?
Duvet day doesn't sound like anything to do with sickness to me. No, I'm not sure. I think it depends how many duvet days you expect to be able to have before your employer's entitled to ask how are you really feeling. So I wouldn't put duvet day anywhere close to, or sort of looking after your family or friends or anything else that you could do outside of your working hours. I mean, for us, we give people flex where flex is due. So when it comes to taking a job, you explain your personal situation. If you've got young children, you've got to collect them from school, you need to start early, go home late, whatever it may be. We're very open to that. We want to, we treat everybody as individuals, but we absolutely, for those that adhere to the office first policy, come to work, want to interact with their own team, the rest of the business, understand how the world works, how the business works, what we need to do to improve. I would be devastated to hear that they're just taking another duvet day and marking it as sick leave.
Final thought, Nikki. I mean, it seems actually you're pretty much on the same page with this.
Yeah, I think we are, but I just think we have to accept that people's lives can be really challenging. There are all kinds of things that might not be covered by a classic sick day, and maybe a business doesn't have another day that you can take instead. So it's just about moving with the times and looking at what people really need to be able to stay at work in the long term.
OK, yeah. Duncan, Nikki, been really good to get your thoughts on this morning. Let us know what you think. gbnews.com/your say.
Yeah, I sort of think I think employers should cover you if you're sick. To someone who's just been off sick for a fortnight. But it's about being actually ill, and people, if you just think, oh, I can't be bothered to go in today.
That's something totally different, isn't it?
You are being paid for that.
Yeah, and it is so expensive to hire and retain people at the moment. You don't need people taking sick leaves when they're not actually sick.
No, it's not good for anyone, actually. Right. Enough. I'm sure you'll let us know what you think on gbnews.com/your say.
Do stay with us, though. Still to come, Quitty say with all your sports.
Yeah, good start for Joe Root again, being cricket. Captain, I should say, of England again. So that's got underway. Day 2 begins, and we'll talk more about some of the other sports, including transfers, very shortly.
Thank you, Britain, for the thousands of you who are becoming friends of GB News each and every week.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The M6 southbound is affected by a collision at junction 22 in Winwick. The M27 is closed at junction 2 in Romsey due to fire. The M25 clockwise is closed between junctions 25 and 27 in Enfield. The A14 is closed between junctions 58 and 59. The M53 is closed between junctions 5 and 4 in Clatterbridge. In Scotland, the A737 eastbound has 2 lanes restricted between the A737 and A761 at Elderslie. And on the trains, Greater Anglia has major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
Britain is not just a geographical expression. We are a people bound together by history and culture that are distinctively British. Join me to celebrate our music, theatre, artworks and literature, which we can explore and enjoy together.
Everybody's welcome.
Sunday with Michael Costello. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions. But every Friday night at 9 p.m, you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Paul's here with the sport, 7:37 morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Right, England versus Pakistan, so 1 day down, although there was... See, it's amazing, isn't it? It doesn't rain, and then as soon as the Test cricket comes along, I blame the fact that there's Test cricket, or maybe it's a good thing there's Test cricket that's brought us some rain.
It brought the rain?
I think so.
I think
but
so
anyway,
too.
Joe Root is back as captain. Baz Ball is no longer. There's Joe. It went pretty well, I think, day one. Root won the toss and then put back Pakistan into bat. And Ollie Robinson got a wicket with his first ball and then went on to take 5. Josh Tongue took 5 as well. And as we mentioned earlier, they split the ball because often if you get 5 wickets, then you get to keep the ball. So what do? So they actually cut the ball in half. They get half a ball each.
Yeah,
and that works pretty well for me. That works pretty well. Also, the score, though, Pakistan bowled out for 171, England currently 112 for 2, and Joe Root 37 not out. So he would love a century, I can imagine, back as captain, and I wouldn't put it past him either.
Yeah, brilliant.
Celtic,
first leg of the Champions League playoff. They beat LASK, or L-A-S-K, of Austria, which stands for, Stephen?
I don't know what's the L. Linzer Atletico Sports Club
3-0. And Camilo Duran scored 2.
Which makes him...
Anyway, Duran. Isn't that great? And so anyway, we very much like that. Let's think about that for a while. But you can say Duran. And for any kids, well, we'll explain who they are.
Yeah, they won't have a clue.
Then the second leg next Tuesday. And the amazing thing is that Linz have a player called Spandau and a player called Ballet. So you never know. You never know what may happen. No, they don't. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't that be great if they did? Right, transfers. Couple of quick transfers.
Haircut 100 next.
Yes, there's one haircut. Yes, exactly. Arsenal are signing England defender Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. I think we can see Ezri had a medical. He's having a medical today. They have a medical. We can't see him. But they have a medical.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, there's Ezri. But I don't know whether they do... What do they say, bend over and cough? Do you reckon that's... And then you go, Arsenal. There we are, Ezri. That's what we always do here.
Is that him who had the chin, Dom?
No, that wasn't. No, who was that?
Oh, can't remember.
That was Vinicius Junior, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good work that was.
Yeah, it was
very good work.
And Spurs, another. Honestly, the summer.
I'm delighted they're spending money.
Well,
delighted.
It's being spent, 230 million already, and now it looks like a double swoop from Manchester City. It could be. Savinho's been spoken to, has been for quite some time. This rumour, an Egyptian Omar Mamouche, another forward.
Are they both
good?
Moving
to Spurs. Very good.
Okay, brilliant.
Both very good. So if they do leave Manchester City, that'll be 8 first-team players, including the manager that will have left Manchester City during the summer. So it's a time of change for them. Finally, quick bit of Harry Kane.
Yeah, go on.
Harry won the golden... Now, you know the golden boot?
Yes.
They have a golden shoe. Doesn't really work the same, does it? I know there's a slip-on or something, but the Golden Shoe is Europe's top goal scorer award, and you can see Harry, they're getting the Golden Shoe. Bundesliga, 36 goals out of 31 games. Champions League, 14 goals in 13 games. German Cup, 10 goals in 6 games. The guy's unbelievable. There's Harry with the Golden Boot, and he was asked, well, the real one he wants is the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, of course.
In a couple of months, which he deserves. This is what he had to say when he was asked about it.
Spoke about this a couple of days ago. Obviously, that's kind of out of my control. I know, of course, there's going to be a lot of talk about it from now until October when it's announced. But ultimately, you know, I've done everything I'd done last season. It was my best season by far. I achieved a lot with the teams I was in, and look, that's for you guys to debate and fans to debate. That's what makes, I think, the Ballon d'Or so special as well. There's many players who've had great seasons.
So he wants a golden shoe and a golden balloon.
He wants a golden balloon and a golden shoe.
I think I'll get both.
Well, he's got the golden shoe now.
Well, yeah,
That
so I
was the
think he'll
shoe.
get both.
The golden balloon, yeah. The Ballon d'Or, he so deserves it. I would love it if Harry wins it.
Yeah, that would be good.
You would.
He deserves it.
mates.
Well, you know.
All right.
I see it as that way. He goes, oh, it's that guy. He used to work at Spurs. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right, lovely. Paul, thank you.
Do stay with us. We're going to go through the papers next with James Rampton and Ella Whelan.
First, so here's the European forecast.
Can't wait to get in that sea.
Lovely and warm.
Just like the feeling of having great travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Hello there. We continue to see heavy rain across parts of the Alps over the next 24 hours. Plenty of hot sunshine across Greece. Sunshine continues across parts of Spain and Portugal. 1 or 2 showers there on Friday across Madeira, but plenty of blue skies across Portugal into Spain. Just 1 or 2 showers possible, but that heavy rain continues across parts of the Dolomites and the Alps, but plenty of sunshine in Greece. Athens there, 35 Celsius. And for most, it remains sunny through the weekend and into the next week too.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
Becky, Chad and the beekeepers, Richard, Mohammed and James. Well, thank you all for coming. So tell us what happened.
So I got a phone call about 7:30 on Sunday evening from one of the rangers to tell us that there was a forest fire that was spreading quite rapidly and the bees were in danger, and if we could get down as soon as we could to get them out.
Oh, I suppose this is a real challenge because bees, whilst they do flit around all over the place, they're pretty stuck to their colonies.
Yes, absolutely. The boys were the ones that were there.
When we approached it, the fire was quite close to the colonies, so we had to make a decision very quickly on whether or not to remove them from the apiary or keep them there and try and just water down the area. And after we saw flames on the horizon, we decided that, no, we've just got to make the decision to move the bees to a safer place, which we did.
GB News, the People's Channel. GB News Breakfast, every day from 6 a.m.
I do think it's worrying that young people, I mean, are they I think they are more risk averse.
Yes.
I think they are scared of getting into personal space. I think you're right, there are issues about consent and everything else. But how sad that people say that it's been a year since they've been kissed. What is life for if you're not having a little kiss every now and again?
Yeah, the death of the kiss.
Apparently, much younger people now haven't had a good snog in over 12 months on average, the people that have been interviewed. But I would hazard a guess that that's because people are frightened. Men don't know when they can approach women anymore. Men can think 1 or 2 steps ahead on the same board, whereas a woman will think about 18 steps. So
I think you're overthinking it.
If a man takes you to Paris for the weekend, a woman will come back disappointed that they haven't proposed them. Whereas a man thinks they've done a really great thing.
Why do men always think you're going to be proposed to in Paris? That you expect that? We don't expect
men are
that.
not
Just
emotionally
take us
as
to Paris.
intelligent.
The People's Channel.
We're only here for like 12 hours. We're flying home at 11 o'clock tonight.
Oh, and mummy and daughter.
Yeah, and it only costs £70, so we thought, well, why not? Because it's cheaper than a supermarket shop.
Supermarket shop or spending the day in Benidorm with cheap booze.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's a no-brainer.
And is there no chance you might just decide we're going to stay?
No, because my husband would kill me.
We did consider it because I said to my mum earlier on, we might just stay and miss the flight, but she's not up for it.
Has your husband actually visited Benidorm the Zone?
No, he hasn't. I've been here 27 times. That's my daughter's first time. She's a Benidorm virgin. But
Well,
my husband's never been.
Not that he's told you anyway, let's put it like that.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Welcome back to Breakfast. It's 7:46. It is GCSE results day. Just 15 minutes to go until people open those envelopes.
Indeed. So we sent Sophie Reaper to the Buell Academy in Salford. Good morning, Sophie. And nails being bitten to the quick?
Yeah, we're very nervous here. Morning to you both. The nerves are setting in here at the Buell Hill Academy. And joining me are 4 young ladies who are very nervous, but also very excited. How are you feeling?
I feel very, very nervous, but right now I just want to put my faith and hope in God that I'm going to do very well.
I'm sure you will. Who's feeling the most confident? Hand up if you're super confident. No one? Oh, dearie me. I'm sure it's all going to be fine. Tell me about what you're hoping to do afterwards.
I'd like to go to college and then university, Loreto College. Hopefully I get the grades probably, but like there's always that question, what if, you know?
Oh, that is the big question. That is the question of the day, isn't it? What if? And I'll come to you now, Grace. What are you thinking you've done the best in? What result are you really hoping for?
I'm hoping I did well in science because that's the main thing I'm going for in college. But I think I also did good in maths. Not to like...
I'm sure you will have done. We're going to be finding out very soon. We've all got our fingers crossed. And what about you, Emma? What are you hoping that you've done the best in?
I really hope I've done really great in languages because that's what I also aspire to choose in college. So,
girls, I can feel your anxiety. It's making me nervous as well. I'm sure it's all going to be fine. We've got about 15 minutes and then we're going to be finding out your results, OK? Deep breaths. We're all going to be fine. Stephen, Ellie, it's all going to be OK here. I'm sure of it. I'm sure these girls, I have faith in them. It's going to be a brilliant morning here at Buell Hill Academy. We heard from the head teacher, obviously, this morning, and he said that it's been a great year. He wouldn't go into too much detail. He was very coy with us, wasn't he? But he's instilled some confidence in me, so fingers crossed it's all going to be OK.
Oh,
Excellent.
Sophie, excellent. And they all look so nervous, but they won't be in 15 minutes' time. They'll be delighted. So we'll be back with you then. Thanks, Sophie.
Fingers crossed, anyway.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk to our two highly educated newspaper reviewers this morning, James Rampton and Ella Whelan. Good morning to you both. Ella, let's start with a bit of GCSE. Should read in the Telegraph.
Yes, so an issue that's been going on for quite a long time and hasn't been solved, the fact that white children, as the Telegraph reports, white children are least likely to sit any GCSE exams, and more specifically and more worryingly, white working class boys particularly are doing very badly. Last year, only a third of white working class boys passed English and maths, and that's only a third, and that's in comparison to the same group of boys. 82% Chinese passed, 68% Bangladeshi, 58% African. The group that's sort of similar to white working class boys is Caribbean working class boys, 39% pass English and maths. So it's obviously a problem. We've known it's been a problem for a long time. I mean, in the wake of the murder of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, all of that in 2020, Tony Sewell, Lord Sewell, was dutied with setting up the Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities, which he then reported with these findings, saying there's a big problem with white working class boys. We've got to do something about it. 5 years on, there hasn't been anything substantial to address it. And probably that's because it's not something that you can sort of policy fix. It's a much more complicated issue around class, around expectation, but also around focus in education.
Yeah, I don't know how you even begin to tackle those as an issue.
Well, I mean, I think it's important that we emphasise that Andy Burnham is trying to change this. He's got a new policy which I think is really good, that courses in schools can be more vocational. My wife is an English teacher and she says it's ridiculous to put children through GCSE English where you have to do a practical criticism of a Victorian letter. When are you ever going to need that? If you want to be a plumber or a hairdresser, there is something called functional skills in English, which is the equivalent of a GCSE. It'd be much better to put many children through that so they can go on and get their qualifications in a trade, rather than this old-fashioned, very academically based GCSE that for many people is completely irrelevant.
I just viciously disagree. I mean, I think it's such a sellout of working class kids to say that they can't enjoy and experience literature. I mean, the whole idea of English is it's not an instrumental thing. I mean, lots of them won't want to go on and be... I didn't want to go on and be an academic. I studied English at university. I just loved reading and I loved poetry. And there are, with a lot in British history, there's a long line of working class artists, poets, people from poor backgrounds who would, under Andy Burnham's new idea, be sort of funneled into... There's nothing wrong with being a plumber. Being a plumber is brilliant. I mean, you get this solid trade, money for life, all the rest of it. But what about plumbers who also write poetry?
But they're not going to be forced to do the vocational skills course. They can choose to do that. And my wife says...
They're being told that's for you, leave the art aside.
The idea is that people who retake GCSE, there's a very very high failure rate, and they build up a sense of failure. They fail it 4 times, and that does huge damage to your self-esteem. And if you are able to take something else that allows you to progress towards the career that you want, it doesn't stop you taking the academic, let's review Victorian literature route at all. But if you feel this is just leading me down a path called failure, then avoid that, go down a different path and achieve your dream job another way.
James, let's stay with you, shall we, and talk about Shabana Mahmood. And she's echoing the words of the Prime Minister just the other day, saying middle-class areas must take their fair share of migrants. Tell us more.
Well, I think this is very interesting. I mean, she's putting more flesh on the bones of Burnham's idea. She's saying that we should have military bases and HMOs used to house more migrants, so wealthy areas should not feel like they're immune. I know there's a big debate in a village in Oxfordshire at the moment about whether...
Piddington, yeah?
Yes, whether there should be asylum seekers put there. And I do think it's important that we share the load, if you like, that she's saying no one type of community will bear the brunt. And I think that's right. It shouldn't be that there's one area that's just seen as somewhere where you put people and forget about them. It should be spread across society, and I think that might well...
Isn't it being spread across society already?
I mean, the thing about Piddington is it's a really great example of it, just people just being left there and forgotten about. Piddington is 314, its population 314, and the proposed MOD site is going to have 12,250 migrants there. Now, in Piddington in Oxfordshire, there's nothing to do. I mean,
no infrastructure.
Lovely place. It's not like putting them on the outskirts of London where there might be, you know, opportunities, things to do and all the rest of it. And so there's obviously going to be cultural tensions there. We've just, you know, earlier on in the programme been talking about these leaflets being handed out. If people are dumped in the middle of nowhere with no, you know, no infrastructure, no sort of leisure things, nothing, then there is going to be tension. And the residents, I think probably most important at that point is the residents of Piddington are in all these sort of parish meetings and the rest of it, voting time and again that they don't want it, say they haven't been listened to. So if a government is doing these things unconsensually, that's a big problem.
Yeah. OK, James, Ella, thank you very much. Really good to see you. We'll see you again in about 45 minutes' time.
Right, we've got all the latest on the GCSEs, as, of course, those envelopes get opened in 5.5 minutes. But first, here's your weather.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed Aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well, some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps 1 or 2 glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers though for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside 5 or 6 degrees in 1 or 2 spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. 1 or 2 of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed Aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
thank you, Britain, for making GB News Radio such a huge success. Whether you're in the car, on the go, or listening at home, thank you for choosing us as your radio station.
Good morning, this is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The A36 is closed after the A360 in Salisbury. The M27 westbound is closed between junctions 7 and 5 near Southampton Airport. The M20 is closed between junctions 7 and 9 in Bearsted. The A3 is closed after the A245. The M25 anti-clockwise is closed between junctions 13 and 11 in Chertsey. In Scotland, the A90 southbound has slip road closures at Brecon with roadworks in place. Across Wales, the A470 southbound from Nantgarv to Corriton is congested with possible delays, and on the trains, Greater Anglia and East Midlands railway services are facing disruption. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
It's the final week to see how you could win over £65,000 in prizes. You could be our latest Great British Giveaway winner. First of all, we want to give you £60,000 in tax-free cash. Plus, you'll also receive a fine gold bar worth over £5,000.
For a chance to win, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pulled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
At the stroke of midnight, the news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
Day in, day out. Forget stuffy late night TV shows. We're giving you a front row ticket to the centre of the political universe.
Because breaking news doesn't wait for the morning.
And neither do we. Join us for one of the most controversial and volatile times of politics in human history.
A very big story.
Big story over here.
You won't get this anywhere else. The Late Show live at midnight, every night.
Only on GB News.
Bold. They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on a BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Good morning. Harry and Meghan will be back in Britain this month.
Yes, 6 years after leaving for the US, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are understood to be returning for an extended period, with Archie and Lilibet set to enrol at British schools.
Well, the family plans to move into a non-royal residence and will not be working royals. The King said to have been told of the plans just a few days ago.
But does this mean a royal reconciliation is on the cards?
Well, a royal source has told me that the King is naturally pleased. He's going to be able to spend more time with his youngest son and daughter-in-law and their children, but lots of unanswered questions this morning. The biggest one, I think, is security. More detailed shortly.
Also for you today, nervous students are about to open their GCSE results this morning.
Up and down the country, 16-year-olds will nervously be opening up that envelope to find out the results. It's the time of the class of 2026.
A Home Office guide for asylum seekers has sparked huge concern after spelling out that sex with children is illegal and not to rape women in the UK.
And sport this morning, we're good start for Joe Root's England against Pakistan. That continues this morning. Celtic take a big step towards the Champions League, and tennis maverick Nick Kyrgios is suspended.
Hello, good morning. A day of sunshine and showers, some of them heavy and thundery. Find out all the weather details coming up soon.
It's just gone 8 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast. The The time has come.
It has. It has, I'm afraid to say. So let's kick straight off with Sophie Reaper, our national reporter, who's at Buellhead Academy in Salford with some very brave teenagers. Morning, Sophie.
Very good morning to you. Yes, it's the time. It has now finally come. We've got these 4 lovely ladies behind us, so I won't keep them waiting any longer. Girls, feel free to open those envelopes. Now, of course, this is going to be the scenes all over the country, Stephen and Ellie, as they nervously open their envelopes to find out all that hard work. Oh, I feel like it's going to make me quite emotional, actually. Look at those gasps. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy. OK, right, we'll start with you. Come on, let's see. How have we done?
OK, I really like mine, especially for Spanish and Italian languages, which both 9s. I'm so happy.
9's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, look, amazing. So you can now go on and do what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Tick. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm going to end up crying. I can feel it. Right, come on. How are we feeling over here?
I'm feeling really good because I've got a 9 in history, English, both of the Englishes, and an 8 in art and maths, which is what I need.
That's what you need.
It's
Perfect.
What I need.
Amazing. I'm so happy. Congratulations. We'll move down the line. Come on. How are we doing?
This is so good. It's like,
amazing.
I don't think I've ever gotten this high, and it's such good numbers.
Such good numbers. Come on, what are you most happy with on there?
Italian.
I mean, look at this.
I went raw into the exam and I got a 9. It was like...
And you got a 9?
Yes.
It's really I'm so over the moon for all of you. Right, and then come on, a big finish.
Yeah, I'm really shocked about English literature because I got a 9, and I thought I did really bad. And maths I got a 7, and chemistry I got an 8, geography 7, physics 7, language 7, and I'm really happy right now.
You're really happy, and you've got everything you need.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, Stephen, Ellie, I think I was so nervous, and we're just joined by these superstar girls. Congratulations, you've all done so amazingly well. We're all so happy for you. How are we feeling? Sum it up in one word.
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah. Exhilarated.
Exhilarated.
So happy.
So happy.
Just thank God, you know.
Thank God. That sums it up, I think. Thank God. Amazing stuff, girls. I'm going to let you go. I know some of your parents are here, so I'm going to go and let you celebrate. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me come out of your way. Oh, it's one of those mornings, isn't it, that it can go either way. Oh, they're having a big hug now. Let's see that. What a special moment there for those friends, getting those results. What an incredible morning for them. Oh, it's just brilliant, isn't it? It is just absolutely brilliant, and I'm so happy for them. They're going to go off now and start the rest of their lives. What a brilliant morning.
Fabulous. Good on them.
Takes you right back, Sophie. So cute that you're getting really emotional there as well. It's such an emotional morning for those girls, and they've done brilliantly. Well
Lovely.
done.
Sophie,
well
thanks
done,
very much indeed. What are all these numbers, Ellie?
Ah, yes. If you are a bit confused by those girls saying they got 8s and 9s, so an 8 is the equivalent to an A or an A star, and 9 is higher than an A star.
All right.
So they're doing very, very well.
So a 7 is an A as well.
7 is an A, 6 is a high B, and I think those girls all got 8s and 9s pretty much.
Well, so, yeah, 1-7.
1-7.
1-7, so you think, oh, 7, but actually that's still an A.
Still an A, so A's and above for all 4 of those girls. They've done really, really well. Well done, girls.
Really, really well. All right, let's talk to Shadow Transport Secretary Richard Holden, who joins us now. Look, I know you're not here to talk about the GCSE results, but we've got to say, I mean, for girls like that, I mean, all that hard work is paying off, Richard.
Well, it is, honestly, I was just listening to your programme there as I was waiting to come on air, and hearing that excitement of people, you know, when they get the results through was absolutely, you know, it's really heartwarming, actually. I know, I'm sure that you probably remember with trepidation your GCSE results day, as my constituents over in Basildon and Billericay are today, you know, and it can be a real moment. I think, well, you know, whatever people's results are today, though, you know, yes, it is the first moment of the rest of people's lives, but everything is possible from this point. You know, I've got friends who did really well at their GCSEs who went on to do great stuff, friends who didn't do really well who've gone on to do great stuff as well. So I just say to all the young people who are watching this morning, you know, yeah, these can be a solid basis, but if you've not got what you hope that you're going to get, do not worry. There are still loads of options available for your futures as well, and anything is possible in our great country.
Richard, can I ask you about this very disturbing Home Office document that was published yesterday and is now going to be handed out to asylum seekers? It's spelling out that having sex with a child is illegal and warning asylum seekers not to rape women. Why do you think this pamphlet has had to be published? Why do you think it was deemed necessary to be handed out to asylum seekers by the Home Office? And do you think that this issue is going to be solved by handing out a pamphlet?
Well, it's quite clearly not going to be solved by that. Look, we've got a very clear policy in this space. We've got to detain and deport within a week. That's why Conservative policy under Kemi Badenoch is to pull out of the European Convention on Human Rights, because the truth is that without doing that, we cannot get people out of our country. This new policy the government have also been talking about moving asylum seekers around to different parts of the country. You know, I'm old enough to remember when Robert Jenrick was Immigration Minister, you know, talking about how he was doing so well at setting up all these new asylum hotels around the country to ensure that people were being dispersed. We don't want to see people dispersed. We want to see people detained and deported. That's what has to happen, and I think that's exactly what we want to see now. You know, within a week, people should be detained and deported if they've got no right to be in the UK. We shouldn't be producing these ridiculous documents telling people, which should be blindingly obvious to anybody. You know, it's an absurd position. Detain and deport is where we need to be.
All right, well, you may be critical of the government on that sense. Are you critical of Shabana Mahmood when she's talking, apparently in the Telegraph this morning, about offshore processing?
Well, it does seem that they've come back round to the old Rwanda scheme, which they castigated the Conservatives for introducing and then scrapped before it was fully implemented. I think it's pretty clear. Look, if you've got to deport people, you should either send them back to their country of origin, if they'll take them. If those countries won't take them and we can't send them back for certain reasons, such as, I don't know, Iran or Afghanistan or something like that, then we need to have somewhere else to put them. I think that's what we legislated for under the last government with the Rwanda scheme, which meant that people could be not just processed overseas, but if they came to the UK illegally, then they were never going to stay here. That's what the Rwanda scheme was all about. So I think Shabana Mahmood's maybe trying to take a step in the right direction, but it's nowhere near enough. The truth is, unless we get out of the ECHR, right, unless we get out of it, then we aren't going to solve this problem of illegal migrant crossings. And we've all seen over the summer those larger and larger boats coming across now. There's just a report today about people making hundreds of thousands of pounds a week from some of this people smuggling operations. We've got to end that. We've got to end people dying in the Channel, and we're only going to do that by ensuring that we leave the ECHR, which is the only way you can actually do proper offshore processing as well.
Do you recognise the success of the Home Secretary, though, in the removal of foreign criminals, immigration offenders and individuals illegally here in the UK? More than 80,000 of them have been returned since July of 2024. That's an increase of 52%.
Well, look, I think it's always welcome to see people who shouldn't be here being got rid of. But one of the schemes the government have been introducing recently, the so-called one-in, one-out scheme, well, all we're really doing is sending people back across the Channel to have people brought over from France, and then they're able to come back again. So I think some of these schemes need a lot more work. And as I said, the truth is, you know, we've looked at this. Lord Wolfson, for the Shadow Attorney General, has been going through this in real detail, and the only way we're really going to fix this problem of illegal crossings in the Channel is if we pull out of the European Convention on Human Rights. And the reason for that is because there's an entire legal system there which is basically predicated on trying to keep people in the UK who should not be here. There's loads of these lefty lawyers who just aren't interested in what the real rules should be, aren't interested in defending our country, aren't interested in defending the values of our country, which is why the Home Office are having to produce these documents like you were talking about at the start of this interview. And the truth is, we have to get to a position where we detain and deport quickly anybody who comes across the Channel. and we can only do that if we're not in the European Convention on Human Rights. Look, I don't doubt that Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, is better than some of her Labour colleagues in actually recognising that there's a problem. The problem is, though, for her, is that she is not prepared to come up with the real solutions, and the real solutions are withdrawing from the European Convention on Human Rights, because only if we do that, can we actually really deport those people who should not be in the UK, and do it really quickly as well.
Yeah, but will you back her, though, if this move comes before the House? Will the Conservatives back her, even if you don't think it's going to go as far as you want? It's a step in the right direction, because we need to remember, don't we, that when Kemi Badenoch was elected to lead the Conservative Party, she didn't tell us for about 18 months whether she wanted to come out the ECHR or not.
Well, offshore processing is not the same as getting people out of the country and keeping them out of the country. Offshore processing means you process them somewhere else. The Rwanda scheme was you would send them out of the country to be, yes, processed somewhere else, but then they would stay in Rwanda, not come to the UK. So I think the danger on this is some of that is smoke and mirrors. Yes, it's great to see people being removed, but the crucial thing is that they shouldn't be able to come to the UK afterwards. I think that's the entire point. We've said, and we've been really clear, people try and cross to the UK and come here illegally, bypassing the same immigration system that anybody else, somebody from Australia or somewhere else in the world, will want to come through to come and work and live in the UK, or the same system that my sister-in-law had to go through, because she's from Italy and is married to my brother. They had to go through the immigration system. If you want to bypass that by arriving here illegally, then you're not allowed to stay. That's a fundamental principle of where Conservative Party policy is. That is not the same principle as that Shabana Mahmood is espousing with this policy. She's saying you can come to the UK illegally, you might be processed overseas, but you still might be able to come to the UK in the end. That's not where we are. So I think we need to be really clear, and you need to be very clear with the GB News viewers exactly what is being proposed here by Shabana Mahmood. It is not saying that if you come here illegally, you will not be able to stay. That's what Conservative Party policy say. Labour is saying you might be able to be processed overseas, but you might still be able to stay in the UK or come back to the UK if you come here illegally. I think that provides a really wrong system in which you've got a pull factor to the UK, crossing illegally in the Channel. We're seeing people dying in the Channel. We're seeing people, smugglers, making millions out of their criminal activity. I don't think in any way the UK government should be supporting that.
OK. Richard Holden, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Richard. Just coming up to 14 minutes past 8, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are set to return to the UK 6 years after leaving for the US.
Yeah, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected to move back at the end of this month. So that's 10 days or so, isn't it?
All very quick, isn't it?
Their children, Archie and Lilibet, are expected to attend British schools starting in September.
Well, it's understood that the King was only made aware of the move on Sunday, which His Majesty is said to be pleased about.
Well, the decision comes a month after Prince Harry's reunion with the King, a major step towards reconciliation, but it's unclear whether security issues have been dealt with.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him. Not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary. I have had it described to me, once people knew about the facts, that this is an good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up.
Well, let's speak now to GB News' royal correspondent Cameron Walker, who I don't think has actually slept since last night when this shock news arrived at about 10 p.m. on the front page of the Telegraph and the Sun. Did it shock you as much as it shocked us?
Well, it did. We knew something was coming, but we just didn't know what. I mean, I was sat at this desk with Patrick Christys on his show, and yes, we just had to react to it in real time. No, I didn't expect this at all, actually. I am pretty shocked this morning still. But what I would point out is clearly this has been in the planning for some time. This is not something that has been announced very quickly on the whim, which kind of counteracts their arguments that if they were in the UK, which is of course one of the reasons why they left, they would be the subject of intense media intrusion. because they've managed to look at schools for Archie and Lilibet under the radar. They've managed to find somewhere to live, probably in the Cotswolds, under the radar, without anybody reporting it until today. And that is very significant, I think. Clearly, a lot of planning and thought has gone into this. Harry, when I've observed him in the last year or so in the UK, is clearly very happy doing what many would see as kind of royal engagements, although he is not going to become a working member of the royal family anytime soon. Meghan I'm struggling with, though, because Meghan's life, Meghan's career, Meghan's work is all in the United States. So she is going to be continuing with her as ever lifestyle business brand, but that's based in the US. You can't buy any of the products here in the UK. So is she going to be flying back and forth to America while her kids are at British schools here?
Do you need to for that sort of thing? I mean, or can she just do it all online?
Well, I suppose you can work from home, but it's not quite the same. If she wants to be this entrepreneurial businesswoman, I think being in the country in which your business is based would make more sense. Nonetheless, they have decided collectively as a family to make the move. I understand the King is delighted that he is going to be able to see Harry and the grandchildren more frequently, and Meghan as well, I think, by extension. William, I think, is going to be the biggest hurdle here. As far as I understand, they're not talking. I've spoken to Kensington Palace both last night and very, very early this morning, and they are insisting they are not going to be commenting on this. I think that line is going to be harder and harder to hold. It was much easier when you had the Atlantic Ocean between the two feuding brothers. Now, of course, there will be situations where the question inevitably will be, are the brothers speaking? Is there going to be some kind of reconciliation? It's going to be harder for Prince William to avoid his brother. If they're in the UK, Sandringham Christmas, for example, they're all going to be there at Sandringham. Is Harry not going to be invited to Christmas?
But would you get anything from a statement in the sense that they're not going to say anything negative, are they?
I think it would. Well, so the Telegraph is reporting that the Prince and Princess of Wales were informed in advance. Who were they informed by? I doubt by Harry's team. I suspect the King probably told William in advance, or their team spoke. You're probably right. I don't think he would get much from a statement, and it would obviously just blow the whole thing up even more. I think William's focus will be on his engagements this autumn. Harry and Meghan clearly are going to be moving in the next couple of weeks. Harry was always going to come to the UK in September anyway for a week of engagements, including with the Well Child Awards. And it just looks like they're going to be spending more time here. But the worry, of course, would be that there's going to be this kind of rival court set up with Harry's camp compared to William's. But one final thing to point out, the Prince and Princess of Wales, if you look at the latest polling by the British public, are the most popular members of the royal family by far. Harry and Meghan at the very bottom, apart from, of course, disgraced Prince Andrew or Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor.
Just finally, Cameron, before we let you go, do you think something might have been done about their security arrangements? Because we know that was the #1 reason why Prince Harry didn't want to come here with his wife and his young children. All of a sudden, we've got this move, we've got the children enrolled in schools. Even though nothing has been formally announced, do you think that something has changed here?
It would suggest something has happened here. There's been a shift. The Home Office are not commenting. All I understand is that the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, is not directly involved in the decision-making. That's up to Ravek. Either that, and they've got the security Harry wanted, or Harry has been kind of throwing his toys out the pram for the last few years, and actually it wasn't as big a deal as he thought it was going to be in terms of the level of threat against him and his family.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much indeed.
I'm just fascinated by the reasons behind all of this. Apparently it was down to visiting Diana's family this summer.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
That solidified it for them. Yeah, they just thought this is lovely, being in Northamptonshire. And perhaps that's why they're moving. What do you think of that? Do you think that could be one of the reasons?
Well, I think Harry wants to be much closer to his family, so I think being next to Earl Spencer and the rest of that family would be a good thing, perhaps, for them. I don't think that would have been the sole reason for the move, but it certainly would have been one of their priorities.
Might have persuaded them.
Well, we'll no doubt get more information in the coming days, but we'll probably never get it all. You know what these things are like.
I'll try my best.
Oh, Cameron will try and find out for us.
away.
Thanks, Cameron.
All right, so we have a look at the weather. Here's Greg.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well, some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps 1 or 2 glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers though for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures, towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside 5 or 6 degrees in 1 or 2 spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. 1 or 2 of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Now, do stay with us still to come. The back-to-school bill is fast approaching as 4 in 5 families say they're cutting back in order to afford the September costs. Well, we're going to get all of the details with the Money Mum, Gemma Bird, next.
Breaking news, live updates, stories that matter.
From the heart of the GB newsroom to every corner of Britain, with our team of dedicated journalists across the UK.
GB News bulletins are there to deliver the latest news that matters to you. Bulletins on GB News,
the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience, because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions, but every Friday night at 9 p.m. you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight-talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Britain is not just a geographical expression. We are a people bound together by history and culture that are distinctively British. Join me to celebrate our music, theatre, artworks and literature, which we can explore and enjoy together.
Everybody's welcome.
Sunday with Michael Costello. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Do you trust what you're being told? Good, because neither do I.
Those are just facts.
I'm Alex Armstrong, and on my show, we'll expose the spin.
Well, I want to answer that, because you didn't let me last time, because you always speak over me.
The broken promises.
To deny that is denying the truth.
And the hypocrisy.
Needs to stop.
You think we can allow?
Politics, policy, parliament. Nothing is off limits. No sugarcoating, no fear of offence, just the truth. laid bare. Tune in every Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. for Alex Armstrong Tonight, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
I've been in Westminster for a long time, but I know that though power may be here, its effect on people's lives is across the whole of the country. We may be where rules are made, but it's where they're implemented that matters. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for forthright and frank discussion on where Britain has come from, where it's going, and where it will end up. That's State of the Nation, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
Now, at 8:26, don't cheer too loudly, but in just under 2 weeks, kids are going back to school. Yeah, I can hear you.
I know lots of parents are looking forward to it.
Oh,
They're on a
yes.
countdown, aren't they? However, a survey has revealed that around 8 in 10 parents say they're having to cut back costs in order to afford the back-to-school costs.
Yeah, let's talk to Gemma Bird, the money mum, who joins us now. Morning, Gemma. Run us through the costs. What costs are people looking at and how high do they get?
Well, I think it's, I was saying this yesterday, actually, funnily enough, to one of my friends. It's like the whole September reset, in my opinion, in every aspect, not just parents. People, maybe they've come off the holiday, maybe they haven't even got children, and they've finished the summer holidays, they've gone away, and then they've got to get work clothes. Autumn's coming, they're looking at Christmas. And I just feel like September, the whole September reset seems like it's like a really big expense that's not so much talked about. I think we talk about the key areas in life, don't we? But yeah, I think just people in general are like massively struggling because obviously bills have gone up everywhere, haven't they? You'll know that yourselves, you know, your food bill, your gas, your electric. And then when an extra cost comes, like whether that's going back to school, going back to work, petrol in the car, just that normal routine starting, whether you want to join the gym now because it's, you know, it's a reset after summer. It's really difficult for people.
And Gemma, what advice do you have then for mums and dads who've just come off the back of 6 weeks of having to afford feeding and watering and entertaining their kids and now having to face new school shoes and bags and stationery? You can just see the costs adding up. What tips have you got to try and keep those costs down?
Absolutely, yeah, because I just think it's very difficult, obviously. So the first thing I would do is, and a lot of people don't do this, is basically go through everything that you have got. It may sound really, really silly, but I'm talking about all your cupboards, absolutely everything. Check what you do and you don't need. Just buy the actual staples at the moment that you do need so that you've got that set up. And then also then look at then getting, when the sales then kick in, look at buying like double, because what I do with my kids is I will buy like the shirts for like next year once they drop into the sale, you know, like because you know they're going to repeat that item. Also look at second-hand things as well, like second-hand uniform. That's really, really handy. A lot of schools as well often do a second-hand uniform department where the mums and the dads bring it in. And we also have like a little WhatsApp group where we could drop on there saying, hi, is anybody selling a blazer? Because obviously they're not going to reuse that item again, are they? So then they're making a bit of money, the mum, and then you're buying it second-hand. Also, really good things I used for my son in the summer months was when he'd outgrown the pair of trousers, you know, like the legs are too short. I couldn't personally do this, but I'd give it to my mother-in-law. She'd cut the bottom off and turn them into shorts. Oh. They sound like silly little items, but you're reusing it and it's good for the environment. And also, I think for things like, you know, like tech items, a lot of the time now they need iPads, or maybe, as I say, because it's a September reset, you need products like laptops for going back to school. I think we focus so heavily on tech logo. And I saw something the other day on AliExpress, Brand Plus it's called, where you can get a similar item. And it was a really good idea because it was less prices. So you get a similar item for less and they got a price match on it in 7 days. If you found it cheaper elsewhere, they'd refund the difference. So I thought that was a really good one as well.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, all of these things. It's just, I mean, it's so expensive, and you've got to be careful where you're getting stuff and all the rest of it, haven't you? Look, really good to talk to you this morning, Gemma. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Gemma. Some good tips
You're
there.
no problem. Lovely to see you. Bye-bye.
And you.
Too.
Yeah, it's tricky. I'm always slightly sceptical with the tech stuff because I never know what to trust when you buy stuff online.
Yeah, I don't know. You've got to be careful, haven't you, with those things, especially if it's for your kids. Now, just coming up to 8:30, and just time to tell you about the Great British Giveaway. You've only got until tomorrow for your chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar.
Yeah, you do have to hurry because it's tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m, so it's not long to go. Hayley, we thought we'd send out to Essex this morning. Morning, Hayley.
A very good morning to you all. Yes, I'm here at the beautiful Downhall Hotel and Spa. It's a gorgeous day and it could be a great day for you. Now, we've just been hearing from Money Mum about those financial stresses when you have the kids going back to school. Well, what if this prize could take it all away? First up, we've got £60,000 in tax-free cash, and you can spend that however you like. So what would you do with the money? Would it just give you that financial freedom? Maybe you'd put a new car on the drive. Maybe you'd come and stay somewhere luxurious like here, or go on a lovely holiday. The choice would be yours. Now, talking of luxury, why don't you come and join me on the terrace for a luxury breakfast? And I can tell you about the second part of our incredible prize, which is a £5,000 gold bar. Now, interestingly, if you'd have bought an ounce of gold for £200 in 1990, it would have increased in value today by 650%. So whilst you're getting a £5,000 gold bar, it would be really exciting to see what it could be worth in 10 years' time. So it could be a lovely gift, maybe to give to your children or your grandchildren, or an investment for you for the future. So remember, that's a combined prize value of £65,000, completely tax-free. It will be with you in September, and we have one guaranteed winner. Here are all the details that you need. I wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to have some tea, and it's time for you to enter before the time runs out. Good luck.
For a chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge, or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690, Derby, DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pooled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Yes, good luck. It's a great prize, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Very, very good. Now, if you're travelling to work this morning, here's your traffic and travel update.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The A36 is closed after the A360 in Salisbury, and the A3 is closed after the A245. The M27 westbound is closed between junctions 7 and 5 near Southampton Airport, and the M25 anti-clockwise is closed between junctions 19 and 18 near Chertsey. In Scotland, the M80 southbound has 2 lanes restricted at the M8 slip to the main carriageway. Across Wales, the M4 eastbound at J33 Capel Llanilturn is congested. And on the trains, Greater Anglia has major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Bold. They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's Tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, he didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Welcome to Free Speech Nation with me, Josh Howard. This is the show where each week we see what's happening in the world of culture, current affairs and politics.
First of all, say welcome to the UK. Oh, thank you.
And we're not afraid to use our free speech so that you can use yours.
It's not controversial in the slightest to anyone who hasn't lost their mind.
Free Speech Nation, Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
As soon as it hits 11 and the headlines come in,
The Late Edition brings you the breaking news from all the front pages.
because the news is going to happen.
So get a head start today.
Patrick Christie's Tonight, Late Edition.
Alex Armstrong Tonight, Late Edition. From 11 o'clock every night.
Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation, isn't it?
No,
Because the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back,
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
and we do not shy away from the difficult stuff.
Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood.
So join me on Jubes & Co weeknights at 6 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Right, it is 8:36 and it's GCSE results day. 36 minutes in, I bet most of those envelopes have been opened by now. Should we talk to the Minister for School Standards, Georgia Gould, who joins us now? Good morning to you. A nerve-wracking day. I know we've seen lots of smiles already this morning, which is great. What can you tell us about the overall picture?
Yeah, morning. I mean, it's a really big day, and I'm going straight from here to a school to talk to young people. And young people have worked so hard around the country, supported by families, by their teachers, by teaching assistants. So today is an accumulation of so much hard work, and we're really proud of young people around the country. We can't get into the detail until after 9:30, but I think what I'm hoping for today is a continuation of the strong pattern of GCSE results we've seen, hopeful for continuing good progress in maths, and hopeful that Tech Awards, really important technical qualifications, are continuing to see good progress.
Can I ask you about this very disturbing Home Office document which has been published and is now being handed out to asylum seekers who have made their way here on small boats across the Channel? It's warning them how to behave, saying things like having sex with children is illegal, warning asylum seekers not to rape women, also warning them not to beat up women. Why do you think the Home Office has deemed it necessary to publish and hand out this pamphlet? Is this an admission of danger by the government?
Look, I think it's absolutely critical that anyone coming to this country understands the laws of this country and understands the consequences of breaking those laws. It's, the first thing that we need to ensure happens. But that's part of a wider piece of work we're doing to stop the small boats and to ensure that those who don't have the right to be here are returned. And you'll have seen today really positive figures that show that 80,000 people, the highest since 2010, who don't have the right to be in this country, have been returned to their countries.
I just wonder if anything's changed since the Labour government was initially elected in 2024, because when people have protested in areas about the safety of their communities with an influx of often sort of what you would call fighting-age young men, they've been often branded bigots and scaremongers for sort of saying we don't feel safe. And the point of I think what Ellie was making is that this leaflet actually says, no, you had a point. You had a point. There is a reason to be concerned because some of these people do not understand the culture into which they have now moved.
I think since Labour came into power, we have been really clear that anyone who breaks the law of this country is not welcome in this country, and we have taken action to make it easier to deport people who break the law here. And we've been really clear that we expect anyone who comes to this country to abide by the law. And we know that the small boats are dominated by illegal gangs who are themselves in criminal operations, and this is something that we are taking really seriously as a government, and have managed to take action on over 100 of those gangs. So law breaking in any form will not be tolerated, and we've made that clear since we came into power.
We've got news this morning that Wethersfield Asylum Centre in Essex is going to remain open until 2029. This comes after the news that Crowborough, that military base being used there, that training camp, that's also being extended until 2030. The Home Secretary is talking about wealthy areas taking their fair share of asylum seekers, echoing the words of the Prime Minister, who said something very similar last week. Do you think that the government is in touch with British opinion on this? Because a recent opinion poll put 70% of British people saying that the levels of migration to this country are too high, and this government is talking about dispersal and more areas taking more migrants. People don't want to see dispersal, they want to see people being detained and deported.
Yeah, and we, the numbers today show we're seeing the highest number of people who do not have a right to be here being deported since 2010. So we are taking action where people don't have the right to be here and speeding up asylum claims. But many people across the country have raised huge concern about the cost of hotel bills. The last government used hotels to place asylum seekers. They don't think that's a good use of taxpayers' money, and this government has made a commitment to end the use of hotels. So we need to look at other alternatives, including military bases that are secure accommodation, a more sustainable way of housing people while they go through the claims process. And that's something we're taking forward. We've already seen really positive moves forward. It's gone down from 400 at its peak to 200 hotels in operation, but we need to go further, and that's the work that you're setting out, moving people to military bases and other areas.
It's interesting you describe them as secure accommodation. I think people would have a degree of more satisfaction about using things like army bases if they were being secured. I mean, the problem is they're being used to put people up overnight, but then people are free to roam an area. I mean, do we need to look at proper secure accommodation for people while they're being assessed?
So military bases are, by their nature, a more secure, more contained accommodation. There's obviously security in place where there is that accommodation.
Forgive me, Minister, but not if they can leave during the day.
Yeah, so people are free to leave and go to the shops and do the things that they need to do. But there is, it's a carefully monitored, secure situation, and more secure than a hotel. And I think that's and critically more affordable. So that's the change we're bringing in. I think it's a really important one. It's something that many people have asked for.
I think the people of Crowborough probably disagree with you there.
I'll tell you what, because we're down to the last minute or so, and I want to bring you back to that smiling minister that we had at the very beginning of this, because as we celebrate all these fantastic results today, I wonder, what do we do now for these young people? We say it's the beginning of the rest of their lives, but for that they need support. They need support through the next processes and into the workplace whenever that happens for them. So what's in place for that?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and there's so many brilliant options available for young people. They can go to do A-levels, they can go to do T-levels, they can go to do a wide range of vocational qualifications. And from 2027, we're introducing new V-levels that are really high-quality vocational qualifications. And whatever young people want to do, whether that's an academic path or a technical path, we want to ensure that there are really strong pathways through the next stage of education, but critically into apprenticeship apprenticeships into good quality jobs, and we've set out a youth guarantee that means, you know, for every young person, whatever their skills, whatever their aspirations, there's a really positive path in front of them.
Okay, Georgia Gold, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Really good to see you. Thanks for being so generous with your time.
Thank you. It's interesting, isn't it? The V levels, all these letters and things. You sort of go, oh, what is this?
Vocational stuff.
But a high-quality vocational qualification actually can be really good.
Yeah, we need something to solve this NEETs crisis, don't we? Because even if they're doing fantastically well in their GCSEs and their A-level, so many young people not in work or training.
Yeah, and that's where they need to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting. Right, we've got the papers with James and Ella in just a moment. Good morning, both.
Morning, but first, here's your forecast across Europe.
I hope we haven't forgotten anything.
Travel insurance, I tick that box.
Yeah, but remember what you forgot last year.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations forecast.
Hello there. We continue to see heavy rain across parts of the Alps over the next 24 hours. Plenty of hot sunshine across Greece. Sunshine continues across parts of Spain and Portugal. 1 or 2 showers there on Friday across Madeira, but plenty of blue skies across Portugal into Spain. Just 1 or 2 showers possible, but that heavy rain continues across parts of the Dolomites and the Alps, but plenty of sunshine in Greece. Athens there, 35 Celsius. And for most, it remains sunny through the weekend and into the next week too.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations forecast.
Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
I might shock you because I do understand why there are people that perhaps will need to take this because of medical issues. I get that, urgent medical issues. But let's face it, this is actually the greedy goods pill. That's what this is. Do I think it will make people lazy in society? Common sense, of course it will. We all want the magic pill. The concern, of course, with the pill, I'm sure the pharmacists will agree, is the potential side effects of these pills. We need to take personal responsibility in the UK, and at the moment, when it comes to health and many other things, we don't.
Thorin, I could see you shaking your head a little bit there. What do you think?
Well, look, it's not a magic pill. It's a medical intervention for a complex condition. I think calling people lazy is just an easy thing to do because it assumes that people who are struggling with weight just need more motivation.
The People's Channel. Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
I'm thrilled to say now I'm joined by another World War II veteran.
In my judgment, the Mosquito was a better aircraft because it's got 2 Spitfire engines.
And you flew it all over Europe. You told me that you had a particularly memorable flight near Berlin. What happened there?
A shell came up underneath, it lifted up the aircraft and it interfered for a brief period with the fuel supply. I didn't know. All I knew was I'd got the propellers were windmilling around and we hadn't any power. And eventually the power came on again. And I leaned across to Doug, my navigator. He was a Canadian, a wonderful bloke. And I said to him, you weren't frightened, were you, Doug? And he said, no, I wasn't frightened, I was bloody terrified.
GB News.
We're only here for like 12 hours. We're flying home at 11 o'clock tonight.
Oh, and mummy and daughter.
Yeah, and it only costs £70, so we thought, well, why not? Because it's cheaper than a supermarket shop.
Supermarket shop or spending the day in Benidorm with cheap booze.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's a no-brainer.
And is there no chance you might just decide we're going to stay?
No, because my husband would kill me.
We did consider it because I said to my mum earlier on, we might just stay and miss the flight, but she's not up for it. Has your husband actually visited Benidorm the Zone?
No, he hasn't. I've been here 27 times. That's my daughter's first time. She's a Benidorm virgin. But
well,
my husband's never been.
Not that he's told you anyway, let's put it like that.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Welcome welcome back to Breakfast. We are going through the papers this morning in the company of James Rampton and Ella Whelan. Morning, you two.
Hi.
Ella, let's talk about our top story, shall we? Harry's coming home.
Yes, potentially in the next 10 days, is it? It's all very sudden. Obviously been planned for a long time, and I suppose will be interesting to see how he is accepted back into British society. I mean, I was actually just thinking while we were sat reading the papers there about the fact that, you know, he's just had this quite large court case with the British press. I don't think he's particularly in the good books of many British journalists, put
and he
it
lost
lightly.
that court case, which is just so
rightly so.
timing in that sense.
Rightly so, he did lose it, and I suppose, you know, there might, if he's wondering whether he might get a bit of a holiday from that kind of scrutiny, that's unlikely.
They need to keep under the radar, don't they, basically,
They
if any
do,
sense.
yeah. And the Sun headline is Harry and Meg coming home. I think lots of people would prefer to see football coming home because they are not going to be necessarily warmly welcomed. However, for journalists, it's a field day, 7 pages in the Sun. It's a huge story, but I absolutely agree with Ella. They're going to have to, whatever sort of accommodation they have, they're going to have to keep their heads beneath the parapet and stay out of the public eye, because that's when they get shot at. And I fear, you know, as soon as that moment that they lift their heads above the parapet, they're going to be a target again. And particularly with children, they have to be very careful about protecting them.
Yeah. All right, can we change tack and talk about a bit of argy-bargy at the park run?
Well, listen, I've never done a park run, as you could probably tell.
Neither have I.
But
I do them all the time.
It's such a park run has seen so much controversy in the last few years, and I've always been convinced that it's not a very pleasant thing. It's not the sort of like middle-aged ladies running as it began, but now it's this over-competitive sort of completely infiltrated by semi-amateur runners. And in Weymouth, they've got this problem that over the summer holidays there's lots of people visiting, and they're all going to the same park run and elbowing each other in the eye and sort of digging at each other to try and get the personal best. And it's had to be shut down because they've been so vicious.
Oh, wow.
Somebody said that they were told to get out of the way because they were running too slowly by one of these highly competitive men, obviously. And this,
why, obviously?
Well, because we are full of testosterone and incredibly competitive.
I think you get some competitive women at park runs.
Well, I don't know. In the many, many times that I do park run, it's always the men who cause the trouble.
It's meant to be a bit of fun.
Exactly. And they've had to suspend it until September because it's become just like this appalling carnage with people pushing each other out of the way and not listening to the stewards, surrounding members of the public who are just going for a walk in a park, actually intimidating them in some cases. So it's lost its original point, certainly in this Weymouth version anyway.
I'm sure there are lots of people watching and listening who do park runs, and it's all very nice and civilised. Just to have a bit of balance, I'm sure.
The one near me, everybody's wearing very serious running glasses, which I didn't even know were a thing.
Oh, really? Oh, like Josh Kerr, who won they broke the world mile record. He wears those glasses for focus.
Yeah, they've got all the gear.
But no idea.
Oh, you beat me to it. Can we talk about Denmark Hill, which is in South London? I used to get the train from Denmark Hill donkeys years ago.
Well, it's now known as Chateau de Denmark Hill.
Oh, really?
Because these two very enterprising pensioners have cleared a previously derelict site in the railway cuttings at the station there, and they've spent a long time clearing out fly-tip rubbish and weeds, and they've turned it into a vineyard. And this year they're producing 12 bottles of Chateau de Denmark Hill, a very drinkable white table wine.
And the wine's getting better because we've had a nice hot summer.
Well, yes, and I'm not going to agree with Richard Tice that is an advantage of climate change. However, I do think this is a great story. It's people turning a former wasteland into something productive and giving people joy in the process, and that's
12 bottles, so.
Yeah, but I mean,
very good price.
Yeah, but they can charge what they like. They're in the Telegraph. They can charge £1,000 a bottle now.
I'm a born and bred Londoner. I won't ever hear a word said against London, but there's something about... I was at a farmer's market once and they had Hackney cheese, which they're boasting about. You've never seen a more unappetising looking block of cheese. It was
Where
great.
do they keep the cows?
I mean, who knows, somewhere off the River Lee, and I just thought, I don't actually really want to eat or drink anything that's grown in London.
I want to be out of Denmark Hill. I'm going to go for it.
You better go.
Well, there you go. All right, you two, it's been a joy. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, you two. Let's get a check on the weather with Greg Dewhurst.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. A day of sunshine and showers today. Some of them will be heavy, the risk of hail and thunder as well. Some local travel disruption. A Met Office warning for those thunderstorms in place for parts of England and Wales as heavy showers push southwards. Not everywhere will see the showers. There will be some sunny spells in between, a northerly breeze behind this band of showery rain as well, setting in, feeling quite cool across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. The mid-teens here. In the best of the sunshine, perhaps 22 or 23 Celsius across southern parts of England, around 20 Celsius there across southern Wales as well. Those showers continuing to push southwards into the evening time and turning quite chilly as well. So looking at the details across northern Scotland, a cloudy end to the day, some showery outbreaks of rain, perhaps 1 or 2 glimmers of sunshine, showers across southern Scotland into Northern Ireland as well, but not quite as heavy compared to during the afternoon. Heavy showers though for England and Wales to end the day, and some rumbles of thunder still possible as well. Temperatures around 18 Celsius there around 7 or 8 p.m. However, those showers should start to fade away as we head through the latter part of the day into the early hours. Still some coastal showers, but inland we'll see plenty of clear skies developing, and that will allow for quite a chilly night. Temperatures towns and cities just about holding in double figures, but in the countryside 5 or 6 degrees in 1 or 2 spots. But it does mean there'll be more sunny spells around tomorrow morning, but some showers around coastal areas. 1 or 2 of these could be heavy at times too, and they may just develop a little further inland as we move through into the afternoon. But that northerly breeze remains, so temperatures around, if not a little below average for the time of year. We haven't seen that for quite some time. Highs around 21 or 22 Celsius towards southern England. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens. See you soon.
Today's outlook: cool, calm and completely horizontal. Boxed aircon sponsors the weather on GB News.
Thank you, Britain, for the thousands of you who are becoming friends of GB News each and every week.
Good morning, this is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The M27 westbound is affected by a collision at junction 12 in Portsmouth. The M27 westbound is closed between junctions 10 and 9 in Whiteley. The A36 is closed after the A360 in Salisbury, and the A3 is closed after the A245 in Cobham. In Scotland, the M74 northbound is partially blocked by a collision between junctions 17 and 16. Across Wales, the M4 eastbound at J33 Capel Llanilturn is congested. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services have major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
It's the final week to see how you could win over £65,000 in prizes. You could be our latest Great British Giveaway winner. First of all, we want to give you £60,000 in tax-free cash, plus you'll also receive a fine gold bar worth over £5,000.
For a chance to win, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus 1 standard network rate message, or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus 1 standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pulled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Bold.
They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get this on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What we're going to do now is they are throwing things up the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Good morning. Harry and Meghan will be living back in Britain this month.
Yes, 6 years after leaving for the US, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are understood to be returning for an extended period, with Archie and Lilibet set to enrol at British schools.
Well, the family plans to move to a non-royal residence and will not be working royals. The King was apparently told just a couple of days ago.
But does this mean a royal reconciliation is on the cards?
Well, the King is understood to be delighted that Harry is returning to Britain and will be spending more time with him. However, big questions remain: security, and what about Prince William? More details shortly.
I'm feeling really good because I've got a 9 in history, English, both of the Englishes, and an 8 in art and maths, which is what I need.
Thousands of students wake up to GCSE results this morning as they rip open those all-important envelopes. All eyes are on the gap between boys and girls, and will it grow even wider? Well, Education Minister Georgia Gold said she was proud of students and teachers.
Today is an accumulation of so much hard work, and we're really proud of young people around the country.
Well, the Year 11s are arriving thick and fast here at the Buell Hill Academy in Salford as they await nervously and excitedly to open those all-important results.
A Home Office guide for asylum seekers has sparked concern after spelling out that sex with children is illegal and they shouldn't rape women in the UK. Well, the Shadow Transport Secretary Richard Holden told us the government isn't taking the right approach.
We shouldn't be producing these ridiculous documents telling people which should be blindingly obvious to anybody. It's an absurd position. Detain and deport is where we need to be.
Elsewhere today, Wethersfield Asylum Centre was meant to close in 2027, but now it's staying open until 2029, with capacity set to rise to more than 1,200.
Hello, good morning. A day of sunshine and showers, some of them heavy and thundery. Find out all the weather details coming up soon.
It's just gone 9 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast.
Right, let's start straight away with Harry and Meghan, should we? Because they are heading back to live in the UK some point this month, 6 years after leaving for the US.
Yes, they're expected to move back at the end of August for their children Archie and Lilibet to attend British schools this September.
Well, apparently the King was only told on Sunday, but he's meant to be delighted.
Well, the decision comes a month after Prince Harry's reunion with King Charles, a major step towards reconciliation, but it's unclear whether disputed security issues have been discussed or resolved.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him. Not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary. I have had it described to me, once people knew about the facts, that this is an good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up.
Right, let's talk to royal correspondent Cameron Walker. Good morning, Cameron. I mean, obviously this has been a bit of a surprise, but I mean, Harry's been in and out of court over security for a number of years now. So what's changed?
Well, that is the question, isn't it, Stephen? Because he has been absolutely clear that he did not feel safe bringing his wife and children to the United Kingdom because he didn't have the taxpayer-funded, I hasten to add, arms police protection while he was in Britain. The last time he was here, and actually when Meghan and the children were here last month for that secret visit where they met the King and the Queen at Highgrove and spent time at Earl Spencer's property, Altrup, they did not have taxpayer-funded police protection. So either the Home Office and the committee which decides the level of protection has changed their mind and they are going to get taxpayer-funded protection, which I'm sure would annoy a lot of the British public if that was happening, because they are not going to be working royals, or Harry has conceded that he doesn't perhaps quite need the level of protection which he has been talking about for the last few years. In other words, the threat against him, his wife and his children is not as much as first feared. It's one of those two.
How do you think Prince William feels about all of this?
Well, so he was informed in advance, according to the Telegraph. Kensington Palace are not commenting. I've tried twice, late last night and this morning. I suspect the King and the King's team probably told him. I don't think, as far as I'm aware, I understand that there is no communication between Harry and William directly. From William's perspective, he is the future king. He's got a wife and 3 young children himself. Prince George obviously going to Eton very shortly, and he's got all of his work going on this autumn. However, clearly it's going to be in the back of his mind. It's going to be tricky to keep the line that, they're living separate lives, because they have been living on separate sides of the Atlantic for the last 6 years. It's going to be much harder to avoid each other when they're living in the same country, especially if King Charles starts inviting them to the same events. I mean, the Sandringham Christmas Walk, for example. If Harry and Meghan are moving back to the UK, I don't see a world in which the King doesn't invite them for Christmas. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The other big standout here is Meghan herself, because you don't get the impression she ever really wanted to come back to the UK. So what has changed there? Yeah, I mean, you look at Megxit. She basically said that the press were driving me to suicidal thoughts. She said she didn't fit in with the way the palace works. That's why she had to flee. So what exactly has changed? I see a situation where Harry, clearly, when he comes back to the UK, is in his elements with the charity engagements, particularly when it comes to military children and supporting injured and sick service personnel. Meghan still has her as-ever lifestyle brand. She is still going to be continuing with that lifestyle brand, but it's based in the US. You can't buy the products here. Is she really going to work from home for the rest of her life? Who's her friendship circle here? What kind of custom did she enjoy in the UK? Because she clearly appeared to be quite happy in California. But of course, the children, they're 5 and 7. Archie's 7, Lilibet's 5. So it is around the time that if you are going to enroll them in British schools, this is the time to do so, because 5, you're in reception, and 7, you start going to the private preparatory schools ahead of going to the big private schools. So I can see why it's happening right now, but it's going to be really interesting to see how Meghan gets on with this UK move.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anyone saw this one coming. Thanks, Cameron. You're going to have a busy day today.
Yeah, a busy month.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, now, for the rest of... talk about children going to school, those who are leaving secondary school, the time has come for thousands of students to open their GCSE and BTEC results.
Yeah, it's a very emotional morning, isn't it, for students? And Sophie Reaper, who's there with them at an academy in Salford this morning. Morning to you, Sophie. How are they getting along?
Morning, yes, so the majority of the Year 11s have now arrived, and you'll remember earlier in the programme we spoke to some girls. Well, I'm now presenting you with a big group of wonderful boys who are now going to open their results. We've been keeping them on the edge of their seats. Boys, feel free, open those envelopes up. I'm telling you, I don't think I can do this next year. This has made me so nervous, but let's see those reactions. Have we got smiles, boys? The chap in the middle is looking very shocked. Right, well, shall we see if we can get some reaction? Now, I know you were saying 5s and 6s. I can see lots of 5s and 6s. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I like these results. I got a D1 in engineering, a 5-4 in combined science, a 4 in geography, though, a 6 in English lit,
amazing,
a 5 in English, a 5 in maths,
so that's
another 6 in English language, and a 3 in Spanish.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy.
And that's what you needed to move on to what you want to do next?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's move along the line. How are we feeling?
Good. 4s and 5s and everything.
So that's exactly what you said you were hoping
just wanted
for.
to pass.
Amazing. Yeah. And what's the plan next?
Go to college.
Go to college? That's where you're heading next?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Amazing. Let's move along the line. Miss, are you happy?
So proud of them. Yeah. Really, really proud of them and all their hard work.
I bet. Right, come on. And we'll have to tilt the camera up for this particularly tall gentleman. I saw the look of shock on your face when you opened your results. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I somehow managed to get a 7 in English, and I thought
7, amazing.
I thought I was gonna I thought I was going to flop English one, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mate, I'm so happy for congratulations. Let's continue down the line. How are we feeling? Let's see that.
I'm feeling
good. Here we go. Come on, lots of 9s I'm seeing there. Very impressive.
Thanks.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling quite good. 5 9s. Got a 7 in business. I'm surprised about that. You know.
And what is it you're going to move on to do next? College? Sixth form?
Sixth form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Study one of these?
Biochem, maths, further maths.
Very impressive. Very nice. And yourself, how are we feeling? Let's take a look. Very nice. Look at that 8 there. What's that for? Maths. Oh, you're very clever. I could never be me. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very good, because I want to do maths and physics, so I got an 8 and 7 in those subjects. So.
Perfect. You couldn't really ask for much more than that, could you?
Yeah.
So what's the plan now? You're going to go on to study maths and physics?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. And Miss, you must be so proud of these young lads.
So incredibly proud. I'm the head of maths, and I got called to be moral support, but they honestly didn't need it. They did so immensely. They made me so proud.
Oh,
They've done so well.
An emotional morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Boys, I'm going to let you go and celebrate with your families now. The families who've already come and they're all so proud of their young men there. Look at this, the smiles on everyone's faces. Boys, congratulations. Thanks so much for joining us. Oh, it's always such a nervous morning, isn't it? I mean, but just seeing those smiles on those faces. And you know what? It's not always just about getting, 10 9s. When you see young people achieving what they want to achieve, it's just special, isn't it? It's a really incredible moment. Or every one of those boys is now going to go on and study what they want to study or do what they want to do. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? All their hard work has paid off. And just take a look at that. Celebrations with the family. What could be more special?
That's wonderful. It's wonderful. Sophie, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Sophie. 2 years of hard work comes down to that moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I do think there's always a focus on these, because the top score is now a 9, which is like an A star.
More than an A star.
But it's not all about that, is it? I mean, some of those boys were getting sort of 4s, 5s and 6s, which is Bs and Cs.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And if they've reached what the best level they can reach, and they can go on to college or get a decent apprenticeship or whatever it is, then that's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
You can only hope to achieve the best you can achieve.
Yeah. So we can do, isn't it? Work as hard as you can.
Yeah, I think that's really, really good. Good on them.
Yeah, good on them.
That lad was tall, wasn't he?
I know. And we need to ask Sophie how tall he was.
He looked about 7
looks about
foot.
7 foot. I'll ask Sophie. I'll text her. I'll let you know what she says.
Wow. But no, good on him. Good on him. That's really good.
Very, very good. Well done, boys. Now, 11 minutes past 9, the Home Office has released a 7-page booklet telling asylum seekers not to rape women.
I mean, honestly, it sort of beggars belief a little bit, doesn't it? It follows a rise in migrant convictions linked to sex attacks.
Well, official government guidance informs arrivals that it is illegal to hit and control women and reminds them that they cannot sleep with anyone underage or asleep.
Well, the Shadow Safeguarding Minister, Alicia Kearns, says the campaign is for migrants to recognise women are equal in our country, and that is an admission of this danger.
Well, let's speak to our chief political correspondent, Catherine Forster, who joins us now. Do you think this is an admission of danger by this government by issuing this pamphlet?
Well, I think it is really, isn't it? Because it is laying out what we would think goes without saying, but clearly to many of the mostly men coming across the channel on small boats doesn't go without saying, because we have seen a number of quite horrific sexual assaults and rapes, and indeed worse. So this pamphlet, yes, headed Understanding Behaviours and Expectations in the UK, a guide for asylum seekers, lays out very clearly what consent is, that you've got to have a woman say yes before you can have sex, that they've got to be 16 at least, talks about the fact that women in this country can earn their own money, can make their own decisions. So, yes, I think it is quite staggering to see it in black and white. The Home Office do not want to comment on this officially, but basically the thinking behind this is that they want to make it clear to people coming in that these are the laws and expectations in Britain, and there is no misunderstanding.
Well, it beggars belief, because most of us can't imagine that some cultures are so very, very different to ours in terms of these sort of basic understandings. And I wonder if that has been the fundamental problem of politics in all of this, because when people have had an influx of young male migrants, and they've described their concerns about safety, they have often been branded bigots and scaremongers for this. And clearly, if this is needing to be produced, that is not the case.
No, exactly. I think the Home Office is sort of saying the quiet bit out loud, and I think a lot of people, people near migrant camps that are being put up in the countryside, military bases, etc., that have concerns. And of course, the vast majority of these men are not going to do anything bad, but some of them will. And I think a lot of people will feel vindicated now that the Home Office itself feels necessary to put this information out. It's bad timing for the Home Office, not that there's ever a good time for front pages like these because it splashes a number of the papers. But today, what the Home Office wants to be talking about is the fact that they are getting record numbers of foreigners out of the country. They've sent 80,000 people since they came to power back to wherever they came from. That's the highest level for 10 years. So they would say, look, we're getting on with this. Worth saying, of that, just 6,000 came across on small boats. A lot of those people would have gone back voluntarily. But nevertheless, they say, look, we're getting people out at record levels. We're processing people quicker. We're getting people out of hotels. But the problems, of course, are still going on.
OK, thank you.
Well, still to come, we are going live to Wethersfield, as the asylum centre there was meant to close in 2027, but it's now staying open until 2029. Isabel Fekulakis got all the updates for us coming up next.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pearce.
And me, Miriam Gates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Bold.
They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation, isn't it?
Because
the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back.
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
And we do not shy away from the difficult stuff.
Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood.
So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Welcome to Free Speech Nation with me, Josh Howard. This is the show where each week we see what's happening in the world of culture, current affairs and politics.
First we'll say, welcome to the UK. Oh, thank you.
And we're not afraid to use our free speech so that you can use yours.
It's not controversial in the slightest to anyone who hasn't lost their mind.
Free Speech Nation, Sunday nights at 7 p.m, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Some people enjoy lazy Sunday mornings, but not me.
What's the truth of the matter?
So that's a very live question.
Would you support him if he waters down these plans?
Before the spin sets in, I'll be getting to the truth.
This is personal.
No soft questions, no easy answers.
It's one thing if the state has rules in this country. It's another thing whether the police and others actually police them.
Setting the agenda and holding those in power to account.
You can't really blame her if the system is set up this way. You will not want to miss it, trust me.
The Camilla Tominey Show, Sundays from 9:30, only on GB News.
It's 19 minutes past 9, and an asylum centre at Wethersfield was due to close, already open of course, but it was due to close next year. But now we're being told it's going to stay open until 2029, and its capacity is going to rise to more than 1,200.
Well, the MP for Braintree, Sir James Cleverly, who previously agreed a 2027 closure date with the government, says more than 2,000 people have now signed his petition calling for the site to shut on time and ruling out any future use as a prison.
Well, let's talk to our reporter, Isabel Fekula, who joins us now. What can you tell us, Isabel? Because I bet locals aren't happy.
Well, yes, exactly. Good morning to you both. Locals here can't wait to have their voices heard. They feel very strongly. They feel strong concerns. Also, this expansion, they feel like happened without any kind of consultation. I've got a local here, though, to tell me for herself. You heard of this expansion a month ago from the Home Office. How did it make you feel when you heard that would be increased and the time scale as well could go on for however long?
Well, we knew it was coming. We know we've been lied to. We've been lied to by our Conservative MP, James Cleverly. We've been lied to by the government. We're going to have 1,245 men running around our town now up until 2029. There is also an SDO order, so that could go up to 1,700 men. Personally, I think they're going to up the numbers even more.
Now, we've heard reports this morning about this leaflet that's being handed out, these booklets to asylum seekers in the UK, warning them that sex with children is illegal and that women are equal under the law here. I mean, what do you make of that?
Well, I think, there's women getting raped every hour in London, and now we've got to worry about men running around who believe that it's OK to have sex with children, to rape women, rape children. Also is the female genital mutilation. They're asking people not to mutilate children. It's disgusting. We shouldn't have people like this living in our society. We're meant to be, one of these most amazing countries, but we're becoming a third world cesspit, in my opinion.
Now, of course, the Home Office is saying that, this is because the laws and customs here may be different from the countries they come from, of course, as well. The use of Wethersfield and these asylum camps are in a hope to stop the use of expensive asylum hotels. I mean, if migrants aren't put in these places and aren't given these kind of informative lessons, what do you want the government to do?
The government should be containing them within the bases, and they should be deporting them. We don't need men here who are going to rape and harm children and women. We need them gone. What we need is skilled workers. We need actual people coming to our country that are going to bring something here, not commit crimes. Everywhere we see, things coming up in the press, when these men commit these crimes, they're rewarded. They don't even get harsh prison sentences. There's no, nothing is happening to change what is going on here.
Thank you so much for coming on, Michelle. As you can see, there's lots more residents behind me who feel similar concerns. We'll be chatting to them throughout the day here in Braintree and going off to Wethersfield as well to talk to some people who are in the heart of the area that is affected.
OK, Isabel Fekula, thank you very much. OK, just time to tell you about the Great British Giveaway now. I've only got until 4 p.m. tomorrow for your chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash, plus a real gold bar. Here's Hayley with all the details. Morning, Hayley.
Good morning, Ellie. We've had a wonderful time here at Downhall Hotel and Spa, but time is running out for you to win a whopping £60,000 in tax-free cash and also a £5,000 gold bar as well. That's a combined value of over £65,000, completely tax-free. It will be with you in September. There's one guaranteed winner, and I really want it to be you. One text is all it takes, so what are you waiting for? Here are all the details you need, and I wish you the very best of luck.
For a chance to win £60,000 in tax-free cash and a real gold bar, text GOLD to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB22 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 21st of August. This is a network giveaway. Entries will be pulled. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Thanks, Hayley, for that.
Right, Britain's newsroom is here at 9:30. Andrew and Miriam are standing by. I don't know how much you're going to be talking about exam results. I mean, you bet you can't remember, Andrew.
Yes, I can't really.
No.
It was a very long time ago. It was not long after the very hot summer.
Oh.
I did my GCSE. Well, they were O-levels when I did
O-levels.
O-levels.
There were no such thing as ASs and stars, and it was just ABC.
It's numbers now.
Yeah.
It's gone back to O-level days, yeah.
Right.
Only the other way around.
Why
Why
do they keep fiddling and messing around with the system?
But it's not big news, is it? Except for obviously people who are getting their results, but it's a huge day in news otherwise.
Yes, for Harry and Meghan coming back, who wants them?
What do you make of it, Andrew? Do you see that one coming?
No. Not at all. Bearing in mind all the things he said on the record, bearing in mind he had this big public fight with the Daily Mail, he saw his father, he hasn't spoken to his brother for years, it's extraordinary. I think they should stay where they are.
What do you think's brought them back?
I don't think it's worked in America, has it?
The American dream didn't work out.
Didn't work.
They really miss British food, I think that's what it is.
I can understand Harry wanting to come
chips.
back. I don't know what Meghan's going to do.
No,
Is she going to flog a stupid jam here?
I struggle to care.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, but what we do care about is this extraordinary document.
Oh.
That is extraordinary. What an admission by the government that they're admitting thousands of migrants from countries with medieval attitudes to women. They happen to tell them in writing, rape is illegal, don't beat up women, women can go to work, they don't need permission from the man. It is terrible. 9 pages.
I wonder if this is a legal thing, though, where you can then argue in court, oh, no, these people... You can imagine some of these lawyers go, well, they haven't been told, they haven't been informed about any of the rules over here, and so they can't be deported. Well, now they can.
But we still won't deport them, Stephen. That's the terrible truth. That is the terrible truth. These terrible men are going to still be at large in our society. Terrible. That's coming up on our programme. Miriam's got no sound, otherwise she'd be joining in. We're going to the weather.
Thank you, Britain, for making GB News Radio such a huge success. Whether you're in the car, on the go, or listening at home, thank you for choosing us as your radio station.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The A303 is closed after the A3057. The M27 is closed at Junction 2 in Romsey. The A3 is closed after the A245. In Scotland, the M73 northbound has queuing and 2 lanes restricted at Junction 3, linking to the A80 between the slips. Across Wales, the M4 eastbound at J33 Capel Llanilturn is congested. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services are facing major disruption between Shenfield and Southend Victoria, while East Midlands Railway services have a temporary reduced timetable. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
Britain is not just a geographical expression. We are a people bound together by history and culture that are distinctively British. Join me to celebrate our music, theatre, artworks and literature, which we can explore and enjoy together.
Everybody's welcome.
Sunday with Michael Costello. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, he didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Some people enjoy lazy Sunday mornings, but not me.
What's the truth of the matter?
So that's a very live question.
Would you support him if he waters down these plans?
Before the spin sets in, I'll be getting to the truth.
This is personal.
No soft questions, no easy answers.
It's one thing if the state has rules in this country. It's another thing whether the police and others actually police them.
Setting the agenda and holding those in power to account.
You can't really blame her if the system is set up this way. You will not want to miss it, trust me.
The Camilla Tominey Show, Sundays from 9:30, only on GB News.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk now?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
The fact is Trump made a good start. No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up?
About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m, only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Good morning, it's 10:30 on Thursday, the 20th of August. We are live across the United Kingdom. This is Britain's Newsroom with Andrew Pearce and Miriam Cates.
9:30 actually.
What did I say?
10:30.
Oh,
Let's take you back.
Great start.
Let's take you back to 2022 when Harry and Meghan said this.
Had we not gone out when we did,
our security was being pulled. Everyone in the world knew where we were.
I said we need to get out of here.
Well, now the Sussexes are coming back to Britain this month. Andrew can hardly contain his excitement 6 years after leaving for California, despite only last year Harry saying that he couldn't see a world where he would return with his family.
I would love reconciliation with my family.
Well, Andrew's already rolling out the red carpet, but of course lots of security issues still to thrash out. Where are they going to be living? And crucially, what does Prince William think about all of this? More details shortly.
Well, the Home Office has handed illegal migrants a booklet telling them not to rape women, beat them or mutilate their genitals. Astonishing, isn't it?
It is a shock development, there is no doubt. And how will the government be able to reassure worried communities that putting illegal immigrants into their areas is not a risk when they put out pamphlets acknowledging there's a risk?
So our performance on removals from the country has gone up very significantly. It's going in the right direction.
Well, more than 80,000 foreign criminals have been sent home in 2 years as deportations hit a decade high, although only 7% of those were small boat migrants. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood considers introducing a Rwanda-style plan.
And this morning, Reform's UK Suella Braverman, that's right, the one who used to be a Tory minister, sets out her idea to scrap loans for foreign students and funding for what the party calls Mickey Mouse degrees. But I suspect they'll be talking more about this extraordinary Home Office guide.
Elsewhere, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, Rowan Williams, has accused Reform UK leader Nigel Farage of using Britain's Christianity to channel anti-Muslim feeling.
It's all about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That is the origin of this, and indeed, it is our Judeo-Christian culture that underpins everything in our country.
And this morning, hundreds of thousands of students have woken up to their GCSE results. Top GCSE grades have risen, but key pass rates return to pre-pandemic levels.
I'm feeling really good because I've got a 9 in history, English, both of the Englishes, and an 8 in art and maths, which is what I need.
Well, hello, good morning and welcome. I apologise for getting the time wrong. I'm just so excited about Harry and Meghan returning to the UK.
Who wants them?
It's actually only 9:30.
Oh, God, I can't stand the thought of it. Why are they coming back? That is the question everyone's going to be asked. What's gone wrong with America? Is their marriage in trouble? Is it make or break?
Who knows? I just think they miss the weather, personally. But here is someone who can tell us all about it, our royal correspondent, Cameron Walker. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Britain's Newsroom. What can you tell us? Breaking news overnight.
Well, completely breaking news overnight. I don't think many people saw this coming. I mean, clearly there's a shift here, isn't it? Remember back 6 years ago, they had a Netflix series, they had a Spotify deal that was coming up, they had all of these business ventures going going on. The Spotify deal was canned early. Most of the Netflix videos that they have done have been little bits of a flop, to be honest, apart from that first one where they essentially documented their exit as working royals. Meghan still has her lifestyle brand, including the selling of jam.
$12 a jar.
Well, I am told that she's going to continue with that, but I question how, because